Chapter 4136. Okay, it's good enough. Come on, bring it. Long Chen's big hand stretched out. How can I have so many things on me? I need to get them from the patriarch. Wait for me. Blood is frivolous, cold hum a, direct outside surround walk. Keep an eye on them. If there is any change, just step back. Don't fight them here. Before leaving, the blood frivolous to the side of the blood demon clan's strong exhort way. Looking at the back of blood frivolous leaving, a smile appears at the corner of Long Chen's mouth. Unexpectedly, it's really fruitful to try it out. Patriarch, this dragon dust is a liar. You can see from his appearance that he is not a good man. Why cooperate with him? Blood frivolous came to the peripheral blood group strong camp, toward a gold-crowned blood demon elder dissatisfaction tunnel. You don't understand. I've inquired about this dragon dust. Its origin is very unusual and its means are extremely clever. It's a shrewd character who has been chased and killed by countless powerful people, but can live to the present. It's said that he has a chaotic artifact in his hand. Although the possibility is extremely low and the probability of cheating is greater, I always think it's not so simple. So I want to test him. Blood Devil Clan Leader. Patriarch, the price of this trial is too high. This bastard lion opens his mouth. In case everything is swallowed by him, we will not only lose a lot, but also become a laughing stock. Blood frivolity can't help but interrupt the words of the Blood Demon Clan Leader. You're still too young. Can his little tricks deceive me? He wants to use our strength to pull out the long gun. At that time, the long gun will belong to him, and the body of Hong Huang Devil Saint will belong to us. How can there be such a good thing in the world? We want not only the body of Hong Huang Devil Saint, but also the long gun, but also the lives of all of them. The head of the Blood Devil Clan said with a smile. Why? The blood is frivolous and surprised. The head of the Blood Devil Clan has a clear mind and says, although he can't get close to the corpse, I can see that if he wants to pull out the long gun, he first needs to disperse the curse of the wild Devil Saint, otherwise the long gun and the corpse have been connected, and he can't separate at all. And he is also knowledgeable. He knows that the Tong Tian blood lotus seed of our blood demons can absorb the magic spell, so he may pull out the long gun. That's just possible? If he can't pull it out, won't our things be useless? The blood is frivolous, can't help but weigh. Do you want to interrupt me again? Do you believe me? Can't you wait for me to finish? The head of the Blood Demon Clan was interrupted several times. He could not help it anymore. He bit his teeth and said angrily, the blood is frivolous. This just know oneself to rudeness, offended clan chief, quickly admit a mistake. I know you are cautious, which is a good thing, but sometimes it takes courage and courage to do great things. In their words, it means how bold a person is and how productive a land is. Courage means output. Do you think I'm going to take risks for no reason? Once he used the lotus seed, he would absorb the curse. And this blood lotus seed has been attached to my soul magic seed. Once the magic spell is absorbed, I can control the body of this great demon saint through the snow lotus seed. If we are lucky enough, the body of Hong Huang Devil Saint can still retain a trace of spirit, even if it is only a very weak trace. We also have a chance to turn it into a puppet. If the puppets of the Devil Saint level are controlled by us, it's not as easy as chopping melons and vegetables to kill gods and immortals at that time. The head of the Blood Devil Clan said with a smile. Blood frivolous, a face of surprise color. Originally clan head already calculate good. If really succeed, Blood Demon Clan really want to dominate the world. If it's successful, the moment when the spear is pulled out is when the dragon dust and the others are gone. He will watch himself die in the hands of Hong Huang Devil Saint. If I fail, it doesn't matter. I will activate the Blood Devil's pattern in the lotus seed. At the moment when the Blood Devil's tattoo breaks out, you will be completely free from the influence of the devil's holy power. At that time, it's not easy for you to kill Longchen. The head of the Blood Demon Clan laughs. The patriarch is wise, frivolous, and admirable. Blood is frivolous and sincere. Compared with the wisdom of the patriarch, he is still too young. Go ahead, if you have a chance, try to leave Longchen's life. This guy must have many secrets. Blood Devil Clan Leader. Understand blood frivolous nods. At this time, the head of the blood demon clan gives a bead the size of a longan to blood frivolous. On that bead, there are bloodlines, and the evil air is diffuse, just like the devil's eyeball, which has the power to destroy heaven and earth. Looking at these lotus seeds, the blood is so frivolous that his strength will soar again if this lotus seed is refined for him. Don't look. If you succeed, this lotus seed will belong to you. Looking at the blood frivolous eyes, the blood demon clan leader said with a smile, "Thank you, patriarch." Blood frivolous, surprised and happy, and then with the sky blood lotus seed and a 3-foot square gold to the body of Honghuang Wing Demon. Long Chen, is he crazy? Unexpectedly, he made a deal with the blood demons. Doesn't he know that the hatred between the Terrans and the demons is not the same? He will suffer a great loss. Seeing this scene, the old man of the moon watching clan couldn't help saying, "It's not that easy, I'm afraid." At the beginning, Su Jianxiong also frowned. He didn't know what Longchen was doing. Cooperating with the demons was like seeking skin from a tiger. But with his understanding of Longchen doesn't seem to be a fool. Especially seeing that Longchen has a mature mind, he believes that Longchen has his own abacus. However, no matter Longchen or the head of the blood demon clan, they both look like they are in the grip of victory. He doesn't know who will be better. The master's wisdom is like a sea. He won't do meaningless things. Don't worry. The answer will be revealed soon. Huai Shu said with a smile. Among these people, he didn't spend much time with Longchen, but he certainly knew more about Longchen than the Moon Watchers. He was full of confidence in Longchen. Longchen can save him from the prison of the Ghost Emperor and release the legendary Star Warrior on the Ghost Ship. He always admires Longchen's means. In terms of wisdom, he will never worry about Longchen. When the blood frivolous came to Honghuangi Demon, he bit his teeth in front of Longchen and said, "Longchen, all the things you want are here. If you dare to cheat me, I promise you will regret coming to this world." Longchen walks down from the body of Honghuang's winged devil and comes to blood frivolity. Looking at the lotus seed in his hand, Longchen's eyes show a touch of fanaticism. This is priceless. What he urgently needs is all the materials he wants for Guoran and Xiachen. Only this lotus seed is what he wants. When the blood frivolous face of flesh pain to the blood lotus seed to Longchen suddenly raised the sky laugh, blood frivolous face suddenly changed. www.novelhold.com, the fastest update of the web novel. Chapter 4137, What are you laughing at? Blood frivolous and surprised and angry, the whole body strength quickly mobilize, he thought Dragon does see what, ready to start at any time. I laugh because I'm going to get this long gun. But no laughing? But what's your posture? You want to kill me? Are you stupid? Even if you want to kill me, you should wait for me to pull out the spear before you do it. Longchen points at blood frivolous, one face doubts tunnel. Blood frivolous suddenly big embarrassed, afraid of Longchen alert, quickly said, I think you want to go back, cheated my family's treasure, want to run, just played the heart of prevention. Cut, Dragon 3 ye never make trouble, also never afraid of things with the level of war when Dragon 3 ye escaped? Longchen disdains the tunnel. With these words, Longchen takes all the immortal gold away, but holds the lotus seed in his hand, turns around and walks to the spear along the wings of Honghuang Winged Devil. At this time, the blood frivolity inside and the blood demon clan leader outside were not calm. They couldn't help their heart beating wildly. In fact, if blood frivolity could come under the spear, the head of blood demon clan would have given blood lotus seed to him. But Honghuang Wing Demon's authority is too strong, blood frivolous tried countless times, cannot break through the barrier in front of the body, let alone set foot on the body. If you want to absorb the curse, you must be close to the wound of the corpse, where there is endless resentment of Honghuangayamo before he dies, and where the curse is the strongest. When Longchen came to the spear, even the head of the blood demon clan began to jump wildly. He was a little nervous. Suddenly, a picture appears in front of Longchen. In the picture, the head of the blood devil clan tells blood to be frivolous, and all the words are released. What? The faces of the Blood Demon Clan leader and Blood Frivolous have changed. What they said just now has been released, which includes how they calculate the dragon dust, whether or not Chengdu will kill the dragon dust. When this picture was released, it immediately attracted countless people in an uproar. They knew that the blood demons were not idiots. There must be a conspiracy. It's just that they don't know by what means Long Chen monitored their conversation and recorded the pictures. I know you didn't hold any good farts. Since you are unkind, don't blame me for being unjust. I'll take it. Long Chen laughs. Xia Qin used the array to record the images from a long distance. Long Chen knew that these guys would engage in conspiracy for a long time, and this picture was not as good as his guess. Seeing things exposed, the head of the Blood Demon Clan suddenly made a seal with his hands. Just as he made the seal, he suddenly gave out a roar. Because at that moment, Tong Tian Blood Lotus Seed disappeared from Long Chen's hands. The Blood Demon Clan leader's eyes were full of cold killing intention. He lost contact with Tong Tian Blood Lotus Seed. You are looking for death. Xue Xiaoquang sneered. Tong Tian Blood Lotus Seed, with its own power of space, can't be used in space container, even small world can't collect it. If you put it into the soul space, the pattern of Blood Devil will invade your soul, and you will soon become a puppet of Blood Devil. But Blood is frivolous. But he doesn't know that the head of the Blood Demon Clan's face has become extremely ugly. If Long Chen brings Tong Tian Blood Lotus Seed into the soul space, he can immediately activate the magic pattern and control Long Chen, but Tong Tian Blood Lotus Seed has completely disappeared. At this time, the head of the Blood Demon Clan knew that he had been cheated. All his calculations had long fallen into Long Chen's calculation. Now in retrospect, they were all cheated by Long Chen. Hey. Long Chen sits on the corpse of Hong Huang's winged devil, and doesn't speak. He looks at the confident Blood Frivolity with a sneer. And Tong Tian Blood Lotus Seed at this time has taken root and sprouted in the chaotic space. It has bred a bloody pond and is growing rapidly. Blood Frivolous also sneer, a face of self-confidence. He is waiting for Long Chen's eyes appear bloodlines. At that time, Long Chen has become a puppet controlled by Tong Tian Blood Lotus Seed. But waiting, he found that it was wrong, because he found that there was no change in Long Chen. He looked back at the head of the Blood Demon Clan and found that all the strong men of the Blood Demon Clan were very ugly. At this time, the blood is frivolous and silly. He looks at the Blood Demon Clan leader who wants to kill people with a gloomy face, and at the Long Chen with a sly smile. He finally realizes that it's not good. Long Chen, you dare to cheat us. Blood roars. No, you lied to me first. I was kind enough to cooperate with you, but you were going to kill me. This is a unilateral breach of contract. I can refuse to return the deposit. Therefore, the cooperation between us is over. Everyone goes to their own way and is safe. Thank you. Long Chen is very polite. If you fart, you dare to cheat us. The blood demons will never die with you. Blood Frivolous anger way, his shape if crazy. You know, the lotus seed of Tong Tian blood is the treasure of the blood demons. The clan leader promised to give it to him after the event. In this way, he will have no chance with the lotus seed of Tong Tian blood. How can he not be angry? If it wasn't for the barrier in front of him, he couldn't rush through, otherwise he would have killed the dragon dust and torn it to pieces. If you can't kill him, kill his men first. The strong one of the blood demons looked at the dragon blood soldiers. Very welcome, come on. Seeing these powerful people of the blood demon clan looking at them, Guoran waved his hand to them directly, looking like he could not get it. Guoran is protected by war armor and bears little pressure. Seeing these powerful demons, he has itched to death for a long time, but he does not dare to take the initiative to attack, for fear that he will be blamed by the boss at that time. Because before Su Jianxiong explained, try not to hand the card left in the Xinguang assembly. But if these guys are killed, they are forced to fight back, and no one will blame them. Come on, hero, show your weapons. Don't, counselor, you will be laughed at by countless people. Guoran was afraid that they would not come, so he waved his hand directly. The strong men of the blood demons are both surprised and angry. Why have they ever been provoked like this? They hold the weapons one after another and are ready for the First World War. At this time, the distant blood demon clan leader, with a gloomy face, made a gesture to them. That gesture is to make them calm, not to be fooled, blood frivolous. At this time angry eyes are green. If not, the patriarch said, he would really kill at all costs. Xueqing grits his teeth in rage, but he doesn't make any move in the end. He stares at Longchen and wants to kill Longchen. At this time, everyone's eyes are looking at the dragon dust. You cheated so many treasures of the blood demon clan. Do you plan to stay in it for a lifetime? Hey, right, young people, don't be so angry. Look at me. I'm not angry if you plan on me. Seeing that they have stopped, Longchen pats his ass and stands up, saying nothing. Dragon dust this words, almost the blood light rage spit out blood, you especially a hair of gas, baby all to your pocket. Folks, young and old, from the south, from the north, for the exam, for the market. Don't miss it when you pass by. Today, I'm going to give you a performance. I'm going to pull out this immortal weapon with my bare hands. Look carefully, I'm going to use the chaotic artifact, the heaven and earth tripod. Longchen said in a loud voice. When we hear the chaotic artifact of heaven and earth tripod, everyone's heart jumps. Does he really have heaven and earth tripod? www.novelhold.com, the fastest update of the web novel. Chapter 4138, What on earth is he going to do? If he really has a heaven and earth cauldron, how can it shine here? For a moment, people were confused. They had inquired before that this guy named Longchen, under the name of president of Lingshao Academy, robbed and cheated everywhere, and did all kinds of evil. At first, Longting Business said that Longchen had a heaven and earth tripod in his hand. People were dubious. Later, Longchen admitted that he had a heaven and earth tripod and wanted to sell it. Suddenly, countless people thought this guy was a liar. Now Longchen has just cheated the treasure of the blood demon clan. Now he says that he wants to show the heaven and earth tripod. Everyone is stupid. They don't understand what this guy is going to do. As Longchen's voice just dropped, a bronze tripod appeared in front of him. The bronze tripod was high and ancient, depicting the sun, moon, stars, mountains, rivers, birds, and animals. Its whole body is rusty, but it can't hide its magnificent and simple atmosphere, and it also has a desolate breath. The breath seems to come from the remote chaotic era. In front of the breath, people seem to pass through time and space and smell the taste of the chaotic era. When people saw the ancient tripod, they were shocked. Even Su Jianxiong, Huaishu and others were shocked. Longchen actually had an ancient tripod. Is this really the legendary heaven and earth tripod? Someone exclaimed. The key thing is that the heaven and earth tripod is a thing of the mythical age. No one has ever seen it. It's impossible to distinguish the true from the false. There is humanity. It's true that the heaven and earth tripod is known as one of the top 10 chaotic artifact, but no one has seen its noumenon or its atlas, so it's impossible to judge whether it's true or not. It doesn't look like it. If it's a real heaven and earth tripod, it will inevitably cause the heaven and earth's vision. It will never appear so quietly. There is doubt. But the smell on the rust of the ancient tripod does have the smell of chaos. There's no way to fake it. And you see, the ripples around the ancient tripod are surging. It's the collision of the power of time. It's definitely an old object with a long history. It is said that in the War of Chaos era, Chaos Artifact took part in it, and 9 days and 10 places were destroyed. Chaos Artifact must also be seriously injured, and the spirit of the artifact will sleep forever. So I think that the ancient tripod in Longchen's hand may really be the legendary heaven and earth tripod. There is humanity. If it's a real heaven and earth cauldron, it's going to be a good guy. Will it be taken out? Some people doubt that. They obviously don't believe in Longchen. For a time, countless people whispered and studied the bronze tripod. They didn't believe it was the legendary heaven and earth tripod, but they couldn't find any evidence. Some people think that this heaven and earth tripod has a high ancient shape and abstruse rune. At first glance, it is not a modern product, and the rust on it contains endless power of time, which is likely to be something of the chaotic era. My friend, this bronze tripod is too far away from us. Why don't you take it closer and let us have a clear look and make an appraisal? An old man suggested. Yes, to everyone's surprise, Long Chen readily agreed. But, my baby, you can't show it for nothing. If you want to see it, you can pay for it. I'm not greedy either. I'll go out of the world by myself, Wang Jing. If there are enough people, I'll hold an appraisal meeting for you to watch or even touch. How about that? Long Chen said with a smile. As soon as the words of the dragon dust came out, it immediately attracted countless eyes. How precious is Wang Jing? This guy is crazy about money. If any local tyrant has money, it's okay for him to make a reservation. Long Chen stood in front of the bronze tripod and cried out. However, they can hear the cry of Long Chen, but they can't hear it. Long Chen can only guess what they said through their mouth. Countless people shake their heads. This guy is too smart. Everyone is afraid of him. If that bronze tripod is really heaven and earth tripod, it is priceless and can't be measured by money. And Long Chen expects it to earn ticket money at this time, which is illogical in itself. The probability of fake is very high, and no one is willing to take risks. In addition, even if the heaven and earth cauldron is true, no one dares to take it for himself in this case. Otherwise, once the news gets out, we don't know how many terror monsters will be brought out, and there will be a disaster of extermination in the future. There were countless strong people on the scene, but there were many patriarchs, headmasters, and other leaders. They could still maintain their most basic sense and were not dazzled by the name of the heaven and earth cauldron. Seeing that no one paid, Long Chen's face was helpless. Well, I know, you think I'm a liar, but you know, I'm very honest and honest. You fart. Long Chen hasn't finished. Blood Frivolous can't help scolding. Just cheated their baby, still have the face to say honest? In the face of Blood Frivolous abuse, Long Chen ignored it, pretended not to hear it, and said calmly, I knew you wouldn't believe it, but you don't believe me. You should believe Longting Business. They can testify to me. I got this bronze tripod at that time. To tell you the truth, I didn't know the origin. It was they who helped me identify it. Then I knew that it was so valuable. Later, I thought that all treasures should be acquired by the rich, so I intend to find a good destination for it, so that it can have a dock, a harbor away from the wind, no longer wandering. Long Chen's words are so vague that people don't even know what this guy is trying to express. Don't you just want to find an unjust boss and sell it at a good price? Why is it so sensational? Long Chen said, see the people around a look of disdain at him, seems to have determined that he is a liar in general. Well, what do you mean? Are you suspecting that the bronze tripod in my hand is not the legendary heaven and earth tripod? Long Chen pretends to be angry. We don't doubt it, we don't believe it at all. In the distance, some old people sniffed. Originally, they believed something, but as Long Chen's words became more and more, they felt that it was very fake. Long Chen said angrily, I've lived a long time. I'm old and dazzled. I'm nothing. Today I'll show you the power of this bronze tripod. Don't you doubt it? In fact, I doubt it. Now I can't find anyone from Longton Company to testify. Let this spear be a witness. All of a sudden, Long Chen's hands were sealed, and endless flames rose, wrapping the whole blood demon. Then people saw that in the raging flames, Long Chen held up a bronze tripod and smashed it at the long gun. He wants to. Seeing Long Chen's action, countless people were moved. After this attack, I'm afraid that there is no need to dispute whether it is true or not. www.novelhold.com, the fastest update of the web novel. Chapter 4139. Boom, with a bang, the gun suddenly trembled, and the earth split like a cobweb, sweeping the whole world in an instant. Endless rust from the gun, golden light like a big sun, lit up the sky. Immortal power makes heaven and earth tremble. The long gun, which has been covered with dust for many years, has faded away, and finally shows itself, just like the golden Optimus, standing between heaven and earth, showing its sacred magnificence. The brilliance of immortal magic soldiers has made countless people feel awed, and even an impulse to worship. Good gun, Countless people exclaimed excitedly that this is the real immortal magic weapon. Although it has not been awakened, it has just taken off the rust, but it has inspired people's spirits. This is priceless. Holding a bronze tripod, Longchen looks at the gun in front of him with a dull face. His eyes are full of ecstasy. The runes on the gun are arranged in the shape of a dragon, simple and domineering. Longchen is very happy with this arrogant magic weapon. Oh my god, if you can bang with immortal soldiers without any damage, the bronze tripod in Longchen's hand may really be the legendary heaven and earth tripod? Someone exclaimed. I'm afraid it's not the heaven and earth cauldron. At least it's immortal. How can this guy be so lucky? In this way, doesn't he have two peerless weapons? Not necessarily. The immortal weapon can't be obtained by anyone's imagination. Even if he lets the long gun get rid of the rust, it's not easy for him to take the long gun away. That's right. If Longchen pulls out his spear from Hong Huang's corpse, then his will to suppress Hong Huang's will disappear. At that time, Hong Huang's resentment will explode in an instant, and I'm afraid that all the people in the core area will die. Now Xiaoqin, Guoran and others feel bad and retreat one after another, while Xue Qingquang and others also change their faces and dare not stay in the core area. Hongwangaiamo has been nailed here for countless years by a long gun. Its immortal will has been suppressed for countless years. The long gun is like a seal. Once the seal is lifted, the immortal will destroy their souls in a moment. I'm afraid this dragon dust is going to be hard to ride. If he doesn't pull out his long gun, he will be reluctant. If you pull out the long gun, the terrible resentment will destroy his will. Even if people don't die, they will become idiots. There is humanity. Some people secretly nod their heads. If they are not willing to pull them out, they will die. This is too confusing. You see? See? Is there anyone who doubts that I'm a liar? Longchen shouts with a bronze tripod. Everyone was speechless for a while. How big is this guy's heart? At this time, he was still publicizing his bronze tripod. Didn't he want to take the spear, just to prove it to everyone? Hey, little brother of Terran, I'm very optimistic about you. Pull out the long gun and let's see what it looks like? Someone waved and yelled at Longchen. Longchen, don't listen to them. If you pull out your long gun, you will be killed by immortal will. That orc guy has no good intentions. Some Terran elders also shout at Longchen. It was an orc god who seduced Longchen to draw a gun. He wanted to hurt Longchen on purpose. He thought that Longchen was young and energetic. He didn't think so much. He would draw a gun when his mind was hot. However, among the strong people present, there are also many strong people of the human race. Some people loudly remind Longchen not to be fooled. After all, Longchen is the pride of the human race. He can't bear to be fooled to death. Thank you for reminding me. What's the change of animals? I just laugh. The person who can deceive me, Longchen, is not born yet. Just your brains, don't show your shame. Longchen first gave a fist to the man who reminded him, and at the same time sneered at the orc god. I'm going to tell you today that the bronze tripod in my hand has an extraordinary origin. I don't know what it is, but after Longting business certification, it is likely to be the legendary chaotic artifact bronze tripod, but I don't know whether it is. Today, I took the risk to smash this spear. In fact, I want to prove that if this bronze tripod is just a common weapon, it will be broken. It's no pity. After all, Lao Tzu was chased and killed as a heaven and earth tripod. If he lost his life in a muddle, it's not worth it. Many people secretly nod their heads. Longchen's practice is correct. If it's not the heaven and earth cauldron, but it dies in the rumor, it's too subdued. Longchen continued, but as you can see, this bronze tripod is really extraordinary. It collided with the spear, and there was no damage. Even the rust didn't fall off. Let's take a closer look. As Longchen spoke, he kept spinning the bronze tripod in his hand to show you. Although it was a long distance, people could see that the bronze tripod did not change at all. You are really insidious. At this time, the dragon strong can't help saying, Longchen is too bad. The bronze tripod in his hand is a fake made by Guoran. The two tripods are the same size and shape. In order to be realistic, Guoran pasted the rust of the heaven and earth tripod. Except for the smell, there is no difference between the two. Long Chen first lights up the fake heaven and earth cauldron, then uses the flame to cover everyone's sight, slams a long gun with the real heaven and earth cauldron, and then takes the opportunity to steal the day. Outsiders can't see the trick. At this time, Long Chen introduces the fake in his hand, and even the strong dragon can't see it anymore. This guy is too insidious. In the face of the praise of the dragon strong men, Long Chen, with a smile, continued, I have a saying. I don't know if this is the real heaven and earth cauldron, so I hope someone who knows how to identify it for me. Of course, I can't look at it for nothing. I have to spend money. If someone especially likes this bronze tripod, I can sell it as long as the price is right. After all, it's a hot potato, and it's very dangerous to keep it in my hands. Fortunately, it's during the Holy King's assembly, otherwise I'm afraid some shameless people would have attacked me for a long time. Therefore, I plan to dispose of it during the King's assembly. If anyone is interested in it and has something good, he can talk to me at any time. When Long Chen said that, countless people were moved. Long Chen said that his feelings were reasonable. This thing is a hot potato. Holding it with Long Chen's cultivation is like a child holding a piece of gold swaggering through the beggars. Therefore, Long Chen really has a good reason to sell it. In addition, even if the bronze tripod is not the heaven and earth tripod, it is also a level of immortal magic weapon, and it is not what Long Chen can control. Instead of inviting jealousy in his hand, it's better to dispose of it and replace it with what he needs. Long Chen didn't want people to look at the bronze tripod anymore, so he put it away. No, if it's Qian Kuanding, he's a fairy king boy. How can he put it away? Even if it's immortal, heaven may not be able to control it, but he can put it away. There's something fishy about it. When the bronze tripod was put away, someone immediately yelled. Everyone's heart is jumping wildly. The man is right. They look at Long Chen one after another. www.novelhold.com, the fastest update of the web novel. Chapter 4140 Cut, Oneself are incompetent, think others are as incompetent as you? In the face of the man's query, Long Chen sneered, Anyway, I've already shown the thing. Believe it or not, it's not business. If you're interested, please contact me. Poor man who has no ability and no money, please take a detour. Don't be so special. No fart will disturb your voice. Who do you say has no ability and no money? The Tianzuan who questioned Long Chen said angrily that he was also a giant. Long Chen's words made him very unhappy. I'm too lazy to talk to you. I can't even say that the immortal warrior Tianzuan can't afford it. A frog in the well can only see the sky as big as a slap. Long Chen sneers. You. The emperor was so angry that he was about to retort. All of a sudden, everyone exclaimed, and Long Chen stretched out his hands to the spear. Is he? He's not going to die. Are you excited? Want to show off? This child is tough enough. When people look at Long Chen's posture of drawing a gun, everyone is shocked, including Su Jianxiong, Huaishu and others. They are immortal magic soldiers. They will kill people and they can't even be saved. Hey, don't worry. The boss is always on the safe side. Seeing the worried look on the strong faces of the moon-watching group, Guoran said with a smile. At this time, Guoran and others have returned to the moon-watching clan camp. They go in very slowly, but they come out very easily. Now in the core area, there are only the blood demons such as blood frivolity. They refuse to leave and seem to be waiting for something. Long Chen pressed his hands on the barrel of the gun like a pillar to the sky, and felt its fluctuation with his heart. Sure enough, under the percussion of the heaven and earth tripod, Long Chen sensed the fluctuation of the spirit. It's just that the soul of this weapon spirit fluctuates very weakly and is almost dead. In the fluctuation of the soul of this weapon spirit, Long Chen feels endless hatred and sadness. Long Chen has a picture in his mind. A man with long hair, holding a long golden gun, is fighting with the demons. The sky and the earth are in chaos. The air is filled with endless demonic qi. There are endless demonic corpses under his feet. All his companions have died, but he is still fighting. All of a sudden, he roared, the earth moved, his whole body glowed, and all his energy and spirit were integrated into the long gun. Bang! The spear surged, the sun like radiance flashed, the magic gas was smashed, the endless winged demons broke, the sky curtain split, and a winged demon appeared in front of him. The winged devil is full of evil spirit, and its wings cover the sky. It is the master of these winged demons and has the power to destroy the whole world. But when the winged devil saw the man with long hair, he suddenly saw the color of endless fear in his eyes, turned and ran away. At this time, the man with long hair suddenly disappeared. When he reappeared, he had reached the top of the winged demon. Poof! The spear, like the spear of the gods, pierced the body of the winged devil and nailed it firmly to the earth. The winged devil roared and struggled wildly, but it didn't help. Its life in the rapid passage of gas, and finally the body did not move, and the long-hair man also disappeared. The sky long gun, endless runes flow, this side of the world firmly locked. With the passage of time and the change of time, the corpse of Honghuangguimo began to be covered with dust, and the long gun began to rust. Everything was not the same as before. It turned out to be the magic weapon of the Terran predecessors. Long Chen sighed. Before his death, the Terran elder died with Hong Huang Yi demon and suppressed it here. If you continue to consume it, you will die. I believe this is not what your master wants to see. Your master died in the hands of the demons. You are a useful body. You should not sacrifice your precious life with a useless corpse. You should pick yourself up, show your edge again, kill more demons, and finish what your master has failed to accomplish. Long Chen stroked the gun with a look of reverence on his face. No matter the spear or its owner, they are all real heroes. This spear is influenced by its owner's will. It would rather die than seal the will of Huanghuangjie devil. The spirit has its own will and survival instinct. The spirit is willing to use its own life to fulfill its master's last wish, which shows that it has deep affection for the master. The long gun in Long Chen's hand lit up slightly. At that moment, a smile appeared on Long Chen's face. Don't worry, I can handle it. The Dragon King fights his body now. All of a sudden, the dragon dust roared, and his whole body was covered with golden dragon scales. The loud sound of dragon chanting went straight into the 9 days. Boom! With the roar of dragon dust, his arms force, the earth trembles, the void is tearing, the whole world is shaking. When seeing this scene, countless people were shocked, and Long Chen really wanted to pull out the long gun with his bare hands. At that moment, the Blood Frivolity, the Blood Demon Clan leader and others were nervous. Once the long gun was pulled out, the seal of Honghuang Winged Demon would be lifted, and that was their best chance. As long as they can get the body of Honghuang Winged Devil, they have a secret method to wake up Honghuang Winged Devil's will, and then use the power of faith to reshape its soul. Then this immortal Winged Devil will really revive. The blue tendons on Long Chen's forehead burst up, standing through his arms. This time, he had no reservation. Boom! In the eyes of countless people's panic, Long Chen smashes the earth, holds the sky long gun, and forcefully picks up the body of Honghuangguimo. It's impossible. No matter how powerful he is, he can't pick up the corpse of the immortal. Someone exclaimed. It's impossible in theory. He can't break the law attached to the body of the immortal strong unless he's in control of the gun, it's willing to lend him its power. There is humanity. How is it possible for countless people to jump in their hearts? If the spear is willing to lend him his strength, is it not willing to recognize him as the Lord? Kaka. Long Chen holds a long gun and picks up Honghuang's body. He feels that his eyes are full of stars and his body is about to be crushed. The corpse of Honghuang Winged Devil seems to be heavier than the stars. The most hateful thing is that it seems to be bound with countless invisible chains, pulling it. Long Chen needs to break those chains. The void is constantly breaking, and the endless runes of time and space are flying. The scene has shocked countless people. It's a little closer. The dragon dust suddenly makes a force, and there is a startling explosion. Behind the dragon dust, there is a black hole covering the sky. The dragon dust throws the long gun and the body of Honghuang winged devil into the black hole. The black hole is closed, and in Long Chen's hand, there is an extra long golden gun. Ha ha ha. Long Chen looks up to the sky and laughs. He gets the gun, and Honghuang's body is thrown into the black earth. Long Chen actually pulled out the spear, and also took away the body of Honghuang demon. At that moment, the whole world was quiet. At this time, the blood frivolous and all the powerful blood demons around them are killing Long Chen at the same time. They have already been ready for the most fierce killing. www.novelhold.com, the fastest update of the web novel. Chapter 4141. I know you want to take advantage, but you are too naive. You can take advantage of the advantage of Mr. Long? See Blood Frivolous and others, holding a long sword to kill. Long Chen sneer. He has already begun to guard against these guys. More than a dozen bloody swords break through the void and point at Long Chen at the same time. Bloody frivolity doesn't care about dignity at this time. Even if more is better than less, it will take Long Chen. Long Chen not only cheated the blood demon's treasure, but also had the spear, the body of Honghuang winged demon, and even the heaven and earth tripod. If he couldn't get rid of him at this time, they might have no chance to wait for the people around them to come up. A group of mole ants dare to be presumptuous in front of Third Master Long. Long Chen waved his golden long gun fiercely. Even in the face of so many strong people, he was still fearless. Don't fight with him. At this time, countless powerful people came from all directions, including the clan leader of the Blood Devil family. He reminded loudly. Bang! It's a pity that the speed of his reminding is not as fast as that of Long Chen's. The long gun cuts through the void and bumps into the long sword of Zufrivolous and others. Everyone's swords burst to pieces when they touched the spear. In front of the golden spear, the magic soldiers of the blood demons were as vulnerable as children's toys. Boom boom. Including Blood Frivolity, all the strong men of the Blood Demon clan, with blood gushing, flew out like a rolling gourd. Many people covered their heads and made a sound of pain. You know, his weapons, like the Moon Watchers, are made from the corner of his life. The sword is broken, and their souls have been greatly damaged. The blow they had been accumulating strength for a long time. Because the long sword was broken, they lost their vent point, and their breath became chaotic instantly. Fortunately, they are all super strong men with rich combat experience. When they roll, they release their internal strength. If they slow down, they will explode and die. Cut, a group of garbage, vulnerable, long gun in hand. I have the world, little blood devil is just a mole ant general existence. Dare to open your teeth and paw in front of my dragon third master? Is it a long life? As soon as Long Chen's long gun is put, he points to the Blood, Frivolous and others in the distance, showing his arrogant attitude and looking down on the 9 days. Boom! At this time, countless strong people came to kill. These strong people were all born strong. The body of the winged devil was collected by Long Chen, and the prestige disappeared. They had no limit, and they attacked Long Chen for the first time. Che, do you want to kill? It's up to you to see if you have that ability. The long dust gold long gun resists on the shoulder, does not have any fear color. The first one to come is the clan leader of the Blood Demon clan. He is very fast and takes the first step before others. The first one comes to Long Chen. His big hand is open and his evil spirit is strong. One big hand grabs Long Chen. The talons cover the sky, with the supreme magic power. He knows that the long gun in Long Chen's hand is powerful. He doesn't dare to fight with Long Chen and directly launches the Blood Devil magic power. Even if Long Chen has a long gun, it's useless. Bang! However, the black talon was just formed, and it was smashed by a divine light. It was Su Jianxiong who made the move. Su Jianxiong had been prepared for it, and his speed was not much slower than that of the Blood Demon clan leader. Looking for death, are you declaring war on the Blood Demons? The Blood Devil clan leader roared. If you want to fight, I'll accompany you. There's no need to talk nonsense. Su Jianxiong sneered, and his voice was domineering. Boom boom. All of a sudden, the earth burst open, and endless branches shot out from the earth, just like spears flying out of the ground, piercing the sky, forcing countless powerful people to rush in. Boom, a big tree of Robinia pseudoacacia takes root on the earth. The crown of the tree rushes into the sky. The branches are twined like a dragon. The endless breath of immortality rises, and thousands of paths are shaking. It's Uncle Sephora who has done it. He summoned the Numenon and burst out with all his strength. He knew that if he could not deter these people at this time, it would be really troublesome, and even he was ready to launch the final. At that moment, the terror of the immortal dragon locust wreaked havoc, and the endless breath of death enveloped everyone. Now, Uncle Locust is like a giant beast showing its fangs, killing, and even heaven and earth are changing color. He finally shows the strongest posture of the immortal family. The undead people make countless people extremely afraid and even afraid. That's because they have terrible vitality and can be called undead. Their own strength is extremely terrifying, and the undead have a more terrifying state, that is, burning life in exchange for stronger strength. This is a state of self-mutilation. If not, they will really die, but in this state, their strength will soar several times, or even dozens of times in an instant. Uncle Huai was in such a state at this time. His breath shocked everyone. They didn't dare to approach too much. At this time, the undead couldn't be provoked. Even the inborn god felt the great danger and instinctively stepped back. If anyone dares to hurt my master, I will not die. The Longhuai clan will fight against death. Uncle Huai's voice is cold, with endless killing intention, reverberating between heaven and earth. The immortal dragon locust tree, whose canopy covers the sky, is so small that those who want to fish in troubled waters are hesitant. It's really funny. If we have so many congenital gods here at the same time, can you stop them by the two of you? An old man came out of the crowd and sneered. Long Chen looks at the man. He is not someone else. He is the inborn superior of Longting business. Unexpectedly, he also came here. This guy is very bad. It's intended to encourage everyone to do something. After his words were dropped, many people were ready to move. There are more than a dozen of them present. If they do it at the same time, the head of the Moon-Watching clan and an immortal dragon pagoda will not be able to stop them. After all, they don't need to fight with them. They just need to catch dragon dust. The risk factor is not very high. After all, there are 3 treasures in Longchen's body: immortal artifact, Honghuang demon corpse, and bronze tripod suspected of heaven and earth tripod. It's not clear, but I'd like to try. The voice of Uncle Huai reverberates between heaven and earth. All of a sudden, the congenital god of Longting business changed his face. He felt something strange at his feet. Suddenly, his body shook and disappeared. Bang! At the moment when he just disappeared, his position was pierced by the wood thorns shot from the earth, and he was almost hit. The attack of the immortal dragon locust was too fast and abrupt, and even the congenital god couldn't respond. Ah! Just when people thought that the congenial god of Longting business avoided the attack, his cry of panic rang out, and everyone looked to the sky. They were shocked to find that the congenital god of Longting business had been entangled by countless dragon-shaped branches and tied tightly. No matter how hard he tried, he could not break free. Holding a golden spear, Long Chen aims at the congenital god of Longting business. He shouts in horror, "No!" Poof! The golden light flashed, and the spear pierced his head. www.novelhold.com, the fastest update of the web novel. Chapter 41-42, Boom. As the golden light flies by, the body of the congenital god in Longting business firm explodes and turns into endless blood fog. In the blood fog, there are many runes scattered between the heaven and the earth. It's Tianzhen's blood amulet. After Tianzhen's death, because he absorbed too much power of Tiandao, now his body is broken, and Tiandao's amulet will be taken back by heaven and earth. The congenital god of Longting business broke his body, and a golden figure about the size of a fist appeared, which was his spirit. You wait for me, we Longting business will not let you go. The inborn god of Longting business lost his physical body, leaving only Yuanshan, who was free from the bondage of the physical body and galloped away. Boss, I'm wrong. Gua ran holding a long bow, a face-depressed tunnel, dare not look at the dragon dust. It turns out that Long Chen was ready to fight just now, but he was robbed by the boy Gua ran. This guy came up with the idea of being in the limelight. As a result, his arrow could only destroy the body of the heaven god in Longting business, but it couldn't kill his spirit, and let his spirit run away. Gua ran did not expect that the god of heaven was so strong that his arrow could not be moved. If it's Long Chen's shot, the golden spear in his hand is immortal. If it directly penetrates his eyebrows, his original spirit will be killed in an instant. Long Chen is annoyed. When the boy comes up with the limelight, he doesn't recognize his family. However, it's no use blaming him. If anyone dares to fight his master, I will fight even if I die. I don't know how many people I can block, but I know that it should be no problem to take a few people on the road before I die. If you have doubts about my immortality, just go ahead and have a try. Uncle Huai's voice rang out again. This time, countless people's faces changed. If the undead fight to the death, they will burst out the power of terror. They can't imagine what means Long Chen used to let a strong undead defend him and be willing to fight for him. For a moment, everyone was shocked. Although the treasure was attractive, it was not cost-effective to take life in if it was not done well. In addition, the undead clan is a famous protector. If the strong one of the undead Longhuai clan dies, they will be chased and killed by the whole undead clan. It's not for fun. Maybe they want to exterminate the clan. Not everyone can provoke the undead clan. At this time, Huaishu was in an invincible state. Although everyone knew that his state would not last, they did not dare to take risks. Because they have to face not only Huaishu, but also Su Jianxiong. Su Jianxiong is the head of the Moon Watchers. The Moon Watchers come from the forbidden area of life. They are mysterious and terrifying. No one wants to offend such existence, but they also offend two people at the same time. The most important thing is that if you offend two huge forces, you may not be able to catch Long Chen. In addition, behind Long Chen is Lingshao Academy, which is known as the oldest academy in 9 days and 10 places. Although it seems to be declining, its profound foundation still scares countless people. It doesn't matter. You're welcome. The enemies of my dragon dust are all over 9 days and 10 places. As long as you dare to do it, I will treat you like I did to Longting business. I allow you to rob my things. Of course, at that time, I hope you will gladly accept my robbing your treasure. Long Chen, carrying a long gun, wanders about in the void. He looks like he doesn't care. He looks arrogant and arrogant. Everyone was awestruck. They finally realized that this young man was not naive at all. They had heard about the robbery of Longting business. Longting business is all over the world, but this guy has robbed him many times. If you are targeted by this guy, you don't want to go to sleep. The so-called barefoot is not afraid to wear shoes. Long Chen can grab a place and change it, but they can't. All the strong men in the room are dignified and come from different forces. They wanted to fish in troubled waters to see if they could get a little cheaper. Now it seems that this idea is unrealistic. Don't make a fuss if you can't eat mutton. Many people retreated one after another and left directly with others. No one knows whether they really left or whether they were watching in the distance. Long Chen, hand over our treasure, otherwise I will never die with you. The others gradually dispersed, but the strong of the blood demons refused to leave. They gritted their teeth, especially the blood was frivolous, and their eyes were congested. They wanted to kill Long Chen. Are you a child? When it's in my hands, do you want to go back? Are you dreaming? As for immortality? Ha, Imitaran. When did I get friendly with you demons? Who is afraid of who does not die? Long Chen disdains the tunnel. Long Chen, nothing else. Hand over the lotus seed. Well, take it as if nothing happened. This is my bottom line. The head of the Blood Devil family cheered coldly. When the head of the Blood Devil clan said this, all the people present were surprised. How powerful the Blood Devil clan was, how could they swallow it? You know, he has given countless immortal gold to Longchen. They are all unique immortal gold of the Blood Devil family, and their value is immeasurable. Now listen to his tone. As long as the dragon dost hand over the lotus seed, this matter is so over? Is this still the Blood Demon clan that is famous for its fury and cruelty? Don't talk nonsense. Either you do it or go away. Originally, I was kind-hearted to cooperate with you. It was you who harbored evil intentions to plot against me. Now that I've left things, don't reason with me. You demons never know what reason is. Aren't you blood demons crazy? Isn't it horizontal? This is the attitude of Lao Tzu now. If he wants to go, he doesn't want to die. Longchen sneers. You. Blood is frivolous and angry, so he wants to rush up to fight with Longchen, but he is stopped by the head of the Blood Demon clan. Good Longchen, right? You wait. Tong Tian Blood Lotus Seed will come back to us, and you will pay for your stupidity. The head of the Blood Demon clan looked at Uncle Huai and Su Jianxiong again. Immortal Dragon Huai, Moon-Watching clan, I've written down the Liang Zi of the Blood Demon clan. Let's wait and see. With these words, the head of the Blood Demon clan grits his teeth and pulls the blood to leave. Before leaving, the blood is angry and murderous. Hey, wait a minute. Longchen suddenly shouts. Dragon does this shout, Blood Demon clan head and blood frivolous joy, they think Dragon dust finally afraid. I can't give you Tong Tian Blood Lotus Seed, but if you have a treasure of the same level as it, we can exchange it. It's not pleasant to cooperate for the first time. Maybe it will be better next time. Longchen said with a smile that if you want to beat him, you will beat him. Go away, the head of the Blood Demon clan roared and left without looking back. www.novelhold.com, the fastest update of the web novel. Chapter 41-43 The corpse of Honghuang Winged Devil was collected by the dragon dust, and the landscape disappeared for countless years. This is the holy land for countless people to hone their will, but it disappeared because of the dragon dust. The earth is still as hard as iron, and there is still the breath of immortal and strong, but the corpse and long gun are gone. The smooth ground is full of cracks, and a deep pit is left in the middle. When the news came out, countless people couldn't believe it. They came to check it one after another. As a result, the immortal devil's corpse and the immortal magic weapon were taken away, just like in the legend. For a time, the name of Longchen spread among countless races and attracted the covet of countless strong people. There are too many treasures in Longchen's body, especially the bronze tripod which is suspected to be the heaven and earth tripod. It is absolutely not a common thing that can compete with immortal magic soldiers. However, if you want to win Longchen, ordinary Tianzuan is not enough to see, and congenital Tianzuan is a giant. If you do it to Longchen, you are afraid of bad luck. Only the immortal king who is strong doesn't need any scruples to fight against Longchen. In this way, countless Tianjiao have their eyes on Longchen. On the one hand, Longchen has a treasure in his hand. On the other hand, as the youngest dean in the history of Lingshao Academy, Longchen can win fame and fortune if he is defeated. For a moment, Longchen became a hot figure. Many Tianjiao talked about Longchen behind his back. Some people collected information about Longchen secretly and began to prepare for Longchen. Longchen had expected this, but he didn't care. The real heaven and earth tripod was in his hands. He was not afraid that the fake heaven and earth tripod would not sell. It was up to him who would be cheated. Now Huaishu and Su Jianxiong protect him. Longchen is not afraid of anyone. Su Jianxiong has told him before that he will give his full support to him, and don't be afraid of anyone. This time, Su Jianxiong also plans to build a power at the Holy King's meeting, but he needs to find an excuse. The disciples of the Moon-Watching clan are obviously not good at this, so the task is handed over to Longchen. Su Jianxiong also gave a background to Longchen. Once he summoned the ancestral totem, no one was his opponent in the heaven. It's just that Longchen didn't tell Uncle Huai about it. Uncle Huai thought that Longchen was in danger. He didn't hesitate to do his best to protect him. This made him moved and ashamed. If only I had told Uncle Huai earlier. Su Jianxiong was waiting for someone to ignore the Moon Watchers and kill a few congenital gods on the spot to announce the strong return of the Moon Watchers. However, the strength of Uncle Huai is beyond Su Jianxiong's expectation. The immortal dragon Huai's magical power is really amazing. After the war, Guoran became a lot more honest. Especially when Long Chen handed over the cheated Xianjin to him, the good squeezed out 2 drops of cat urine. Holding Long Chen in his arms, he felt sorry for his reckless move and almost didn't make Long Chen sick. When he got the immortal gold of the blood demons, he immediately laughed like a fool. He couldn't buy these immortal gold even if he had money. There were many runes that couldn't be made in casting before because there was no immortal gold with special properties. Now with these immortal gold, he can try to create more runes and study the long gun that Long Chen just got. Let's first say that this spear is a relic of our predecessors, and you should respect it enough. Besides, don't worry about this long gun. I'm going to give it to Gu Yang. Long Chen rode. Gu Yang is the first gun expert in the Dragon Blood Legion. He always uses a long gun as a weapon. If he can get the recognition of a long gun, 1 shot per person, and complement each other, he can play the most powerful role. If Guoran uses war armor to drive the long gun, it will be a bit of a shot in the dark. Therefore, Long Chen said first, so as not to be embarrassed in the future. Hey boss, don't worry. When you get the long gun, I know that he must be Gu Yang's. Guoran said with a smile. He has been following Long Chen and is used to using Long Dao. Many of his tricks are learned from Long Chen. Even if he is given a long gun, he can't use it. The reason why he wanted this long gun was to study the above runes. These runes have been lost for a long time. If he could study 1 or 2 runes thoroughly, the harvest would be huge. He and Xia Chen had already rubbing the runes on the heaven and earth cauldron, but they couldn't understand them. The runes on the heaven and earth cauldron are dated from them, and they don't know how many generations they have, so those runes know them, but they don't know those runes, and they don't even know where to start to study them. These runes are too abstruse for them to understand, so they have to give up. Now Long Chen has got an immortal magic weapon, and Guoran and Xia Chen have a chance to explore the runes. You should print the rune first, and then you should return the spear to me. I will warm it with my soul. I hope you can wake up the spirit of the instrument. If you don't understand anything at that time, it can cooperate with your research and get twice the result with half the effort. Long Chen rode. Xia Chen and Guoran nodded. Their soul power is not as strong as that of Long Chen. If they warm it up, they don't know when they will wake it up. Moreover, during the warm period, their practice will be seriously affected. They quickly rubbing the rune on the long gun. When Guoran rubbing it, he accidentally touched the tip of the gun and suddenly cried out in pain. To his horror, at the moment of injury, the armor automatically protected his body. As a result, the armor was also cut a big hole. In front of this long gun, his armor defense is as fragile as tofu, but the more so, the more excited Guoran is. Damn it, Guoran swears that he must learn to build immortal magic soldiers by himself. At that time, all the brothers of the Dragon Blood Army will have immortal magic soldiers in their hands. At that time Guoran seems to see the future Dragon Blood soldiers holding immortal soldiers, killing all sides of the scene. Don't fantasize. Stop bleeding quickly. If you don't stop bleeding, your blood will run out. See Guoran still immersed in fantasy, summer morning no good gas tunnel. Oh, I'm a grass. The blood is flowing so fast that I don't feel it at all. Guoran was shocked to find that his wound was not big, but the blood kept flowing. If he didn't stop it, the blood would really run dry. Good guy, thanks to Qi Ling's kindness to us. Otherwise, a single cut will kill people. Guoran hastened to stop bleeding, while feeling a lingering fear. When they finished rubbing the rune, Long Chen put the spear into the soul space. When the spear flew into the soul space, it would be side by side with the heaven and earth tripod. However, the spear soon left the heaven and earth cauldron and ran to the corner of the soul space. He was in awe of the heaven and earth cauldron. In the soul space, Long Chen nourishes the spear with the power of soul. The spirit of the spear gradually fluctuates, resonates with Long Chen's soul, and gradually accepts Long Chen's soul nourishment. After finishing the long gun, Long Chen explores the divine sense into the chaotic space. When he enters the chaotic space, Long Chen is scared. www.novelhold.com, the fastest update of the web novel. Chapter 41-44. When Long Chen came to the chaotic space, he was shocked to find that the chaotic space was full of immortal breath. The black earth has begun to devour the Honghuang winged devil. The breath released is not only the breath of life, but also the breath of immortality. Originally, there was no law of heaven and earth in the chaotic space, but as the Honghuang winged devil was engulfed, the chaotic space gradually gave birth to the same law force as the outside world. Can we say that in the future, chaotic space can evolve into a world like 9 days and 10 places? Then can't I control endless laws? Long Chen's heart is beating wildly. For the chaotic space, Long Chen knows too little. This is a world evolved from a bead, too mysterious, too terrible. Now the immortal and strong can be devoured, and the laws released are circulating in the chaotic space. It suddenly occurred to Long Chen that after the body of the heaven god in Longting business collapsed, all his runes were recovered by heaven and earth. If the body of this wild-winged devil is broken, all the runes of heaven should be recovered by heaven and earth. Meanwhile, Long Chen also thinks of whale fall. After the death of the sea whale, it returns its body to the sea, which is the place where it actively feeds and breeds it. However, after the death of the congenital god, their runes are absorbed by the way of heaven. If we kill the heaven god in the future and throw their bodies into the chaotic space, will the runes of their lifelong practice be absorbed by the chaotic space? Long Chen gave birth to a bold idea. If it's right, it's really terrible. It's really something that grabs heaven and earth's nature and the way of heaven. As long as he grabs enough, he can compete with heaven and earth, but now he doesn't know how to release the power of chaotic space. Good guy, this wild demon corpse is so powerful. After being shocked, Long Chen found that in Linglong world, Long Chen had collected countless corpses. Fusang ancient wood and Taiyin wood had grown to 30,000 li. It's only a few hours since Honghuang's winged demons were thrown in. They soared 10,000 li again, and they are still growing crazily. The ancient trees, which are more than 40,000 li high, are surrounded by the fire of the sun and the fire of the Taiyin. Long Chen finds that the first flame rune appears on their bark. When he saw the flame rune, Long Chen was very excited. The appearance of the flame rune meant that Taiyin ancient wood and Taiyang ancient wood finally grew into saplings from the bud stage. This can make Hualinger very busy. Now she is like a diligent bee, gathering honey everywhere, absorbing the fire of the sun and the fire of the sun to strengthen herself. And the lotus planted by Long Chen is also growing crazily. Unlike the magic eye lily, it is very big. In the chaotic space, a lotus pond with thousands of miles has been opened up. The water in the pond is like blood, with endless evil qi, which is daunting. But the lotus in the blood pool is crystal clear, spotless, holy and noble. Now the snow lotus has hundreds of miles high. A huge lotus in full bloom seems to contain endless vitality. It's blooming so fast. It won't take long to produce lotus seeds. Tong Tian blood lotus seed is a panacea, and it's also the main medicine for refining Tong Tian breaking pill. Now it's really developed. Looking at the flourishing Tong Tian blood lotus seed, Long Chen excited tunnel. Chaotic space cannot do without awesome power. Hualinger is concentrating on collecting honey. She doesn't know when Long Chen comes in. Long Chen doesn't disturb her either. Her soul retreats from the chaotic space. Damn, Hualinger is getting stronger and stronger. If it goes on like this, it'll be no match for her. Next time I have a chance, I'll feel protected by a little girl. Long Chen laughs. Now Hualinger is more and more terrible. As Fusang ancient wood and Taiyin would become stronger and stronger, Hualinger will control more energy. Moreover, even if his strength is surpassed by Hualinger, Long Chen doesn't worry at all. He absolutely trusts Hualinger. After deceiving the blood demons, Long Chen became a little more honest. Under the protection of Su Jianxiong, he slowly approached Xinguang State. However, Su Jianxiong is not in a hurry. Instead, he takes people to stroll city by city. Long Chen and others can buy things in these cities. Many people see Long Chen and whisper behind his back. It's obvious that Long Chen's reputation is becoming more and more famous. But these people don't have much awe when they look at Long Chen. Some of them are greedy and insidious. Obviously, what they value is the treasure of Long Chen and the fame they can bring after killing Long Chen. People are afraid of fame and pigs are afraid of strength. This is the truth. Wherever they go, there will be many people staring at them. If it's someone else, they will feel like they are on their back. But Long Chen doesn't matter. Anyway, it needs attention. It doesn't make any difference to come earlier or later. The most important thing is that Long Chen wants to sell the fake Chen Kuanding made by Guoran. After all, Xia Chen and Guoran put a lot of effort into this fake, which took several days to complete. If they don't sell it for a good price, I'm sorry to them. What bothers Long Chen is that it's been a few days and no one has come to talk to him about the deal. Damn it! What do you mean, don't want to buy, just want to rob? Long Chen sneers. Well, you come to rob me. If I don't take off your underpants, I won't be called Third Master Long. At first, every place Long Chen went, he yelled and sold the heaven and earth tripod. Later, when he saw that others looked at him like a fool, Long Chen had no desire to shout. As they get closer and closer to the core of the Holy King's domain, there are more and more terrorist forces, and the monster-level arrogance also appears frequently. All kinds of archaic monsters, wild and exotic people also appeared one after another. Even Long Chen saw that his whole body was full of fairy gold. It had no flesh and blood, and his whole body was made up of fairy gold. His breath was amazing. Just yesterday, Long Chen saw a golden-winged Kunpeng flying by outside the city. The breath of the golden-winged Kunpeng was countless times stronger than Kuntu. They were not at the same level at all. More and more terrifying heavenly pride appear. They are very famous. They all come from the ancient mysterious inheritance, and even some heritages only exist in legends. Now that the Holy King's Congress is open, all these heritages have appeared. Before the Holy King's Congress is open, Tianjiao people are fighting fiercely. However, there are very few congenital Tianzan's hands, because the closer they are to the core area, the more honest they are, for fear of bringing bad luck to their race. On this day, Su Jianxiong and others were on their way. Suddenly, the void trembled, and the endless atmosphere of destruction swept through the universe. They were all startled. They looked up and saw that the clouds were surging, and they rushed to them. What's the situation? Su Jianxiong was slightly surprised. No one broke through here. How could it lead to the disaster? Boom! All of a sudden, the void twisted. A figure galloped past them. Endless natural calamities chased after them. Unexpectedly, they chased the man. Who is he? How can we survive the disaster? Su Changchuan and others were shocked. It seems that the man didn't break through the Boundary King. How could he lead to the disaster? However, the figure of the man was so fast that people didn't see his figure clearly and didn't know what it was. But what Su Changchuan didn't expect was that the figure suddenly turned back, and the endless disaster on his head stopped the people. You are Long Chen? Hand over the heaven and earth cauldron, or you will all die. Suddenly, a cold voice came from the disaster. www.novelhold.com, the fastest update of the web novel. Chapter 41-45. The man was robbed of clouds and bathed in thunder. He couldn't see his face clearly, but he was huge and didn't look like a Terran. His breath is hidden in the natural calamity, which is integrated with the natural calamity, and it is impossible to distinguish his identity. I'm not a big man. If you want to rob Mr. Long, it depends on whether you have that ability. Long Chen disdains the tunnel. Since you don't hand over the treasure, don't blame me for being impolite. All of a sudden, the creature in the thunder was in a flash and rushed straight to Long Chen. Long Chen, be careful. He's in the middle of the robbery. We don't dare to get involved in cause and effect. Otherwise, the robbery will become the one of heaven. Su Jianxiong reminded. The creature in the thunder dare to shout so, because he knows that there is a disaster in heaven, and the heavens strong dare not attack him. This kind of disaster is just a small thing. He'll meet him. With a smile, Long Chen moves at his feet to meet the creature in the thunder and smashes his fist down. Boom, thunderstorm, space distortion, a head of purple hair, full of scales around the creature appeared. Every scale of his body is covered with thunder rune, and his whole body seems to be wearing thunder armor. There are thunder symbols flashing in his eyes. It's the Sky Thunder Purple Lizard. The older generation of the Wang Yue clan exclaimed. Seeing the real face of the creature, they immediately recognized his origin. Tianlei Purple Lizard is a kind of archaic relic. It has the power of thunder, but also has the power of endless fury. It is very difficult to get along with. Tianlei Purple Lizard is a very terrifying creature. Other creatures only come to heaven when they break through the barrier of realm, such as God King, Immortal King, World King, God Zun and so on. Every time the dragon breaks through the heavy sky, it will lead to disaster. Sometimes, even if it doesn't break through the realm and awakens a certain power, it will also lead to disaster. It can be said that Tianlei Purple Lizard grew up in the disaster. Its body is as powerful as a magic weapon, and its artifact is its magic weapon. Long Chen and the Sky Thunder Purple Lizard beast to a punch. Long Chen figure in a flash, face with a touch of shock to look at the man, did not expect that this person's strength is so strong. You know, since the Dragon God's body refining technique entered Xiaocheng and the new 7-star battle body came out, we have never met the existence that can compete with him in physical strength. Even if it's heaven strong, it's far from Long Chen's opponent without using the rules. I didn't expect to meet such a strong guy here. Long Chen was shocked, and the strong one from Tianlei Purple Lizard was even more shocked. Just now, his fist made his blood surge and even retreated a few steps. He had never met the existence of a flesh body comparable to theirs. Brother Longchen, I want his scales, whose scales have the rune of thunder. With it, I can constantly absorb the power of thunder to strengthen myself. Even if I eat and sleep, I am practicing. Suddenly, Lei Linger's excited voice came. Long Chen's heart moves. Compared with Hua Linger, Lei Linger's personality is relatively introverted. What can make her so excited must be a treasure. Hey, are you really going to rob me? Long Chen cheers to the strong one of the Heaven Thunder Purple Lizard. If you don't want to die, just hand over the Heaven and Earth tripod. What we Tianlei Purple Lizard like belongs to us. The man was cold. Although he was shocked by the strength of Long Chen, he still didn't pay attention to it, and his tone was very arrogant. He'll go. Is it hard enough? Long Chen pretends to be surprised. Cut the crap and hand over the Heaven and Earth tripod. They'll let you live. On that day, the strong one of the Thunder Lizard family was impatient. Since you are so unreasonable, I have nothing to be ashamed of. Long Chen stall. What do you mean? The man was cold. You want my Heaven and Earth tripod, and I want your skin. It depends on which of us is stronger. Long Chen rode. Looking for death, the strong man of Tianlei Purple Lizard is furious. Long Chen wants to peel his skin. He roars, his scales light up, and his body expands a lot. He was originally very tall, but now he has expanded again. His arms are thicker than ordinary people's waist, and his muscles are high. There are lightning veins on his body. The power of qi and blood is combined with the power of lightning. His breath makes heaven and earth tremble. Boom! The strong one of the Tianlei Purple Lizard family roared, stepped on the void, and fought against the dragon dust. The golden dragon scales appear on Long Chen's body, and the sound of the dragon chants is loud. Facing the strong one of Tianlei Purple Lizard, Long Chen doesn't dare to be careless and directly summons the Dragon King to fight. With the momentum of the dragon dust burst, the clouds burst into pieces, and the breath of the dragon dust burst. Bad? The strong men of the Wang Yue clan's face has changed greatly. The reason why the strong men of the Tianlei Purple Lizard clan are difficult to deal with is their natural disaster. Once the natural disaster is provoked, it will be over. The dragon dust smashes the Tianlei purple lizard beast family's strong natural calamity. It will infuriate the natural calamity and bring down a more terrible thunder. There's no way to save it at that time. Boom! There was a big bang, and the golden fist of Longchen and the strong one of Tianlei purple lizard clan fought hard, and the man immediately snorted. Dang dang dang. The strong man of the Tianlei purple lizard group retreated for more than 10 steps, each step falling, the void bursting, the earth splitting, and the scene was amazing. The strong man of Tianlei purple lizard is surprised and angry. He didn't expect that the flesh and blood power of Longchen was so strong. Asshole, you're not human at all. The strong one of Tianlei purple lizard's roars. You are not human. Your family is not human. Longchen drinks abuse. However, after scolding, he knew that he had wronged this guy. This guy didn't mean the human race. He didn't believe that the human race had such strong power. Boom! At this time, the void burst, endless clouds of robbery gushed out from the void cracks. At that moment, the whole world was dark. Go back. Su Jiangxiang's face changed slightly and ordered everyone to step back. They are all powerful people in heaven. If they are involved in the disaster, they will be in trouble. I'm afraid few of the disciples of Fairyland will survive. Today, the scope of natural calamity is more than 10 times larger than that of the strong ones of the Tianlei purple lizard group. The breath of natural calamity is gradually becoming cold, with endless will to destroy. The atmosphere of natural calamity has changed. It can be said that it was natural calamity before, but now it is no longer natural calamity, but natural punishment. Robbery is a kind of test, and punishment is a kind of punishment, to kill those who violate the rules of heaven. Ah boy, you're dead. If you're angry, you'll die. I don't need to do anything at all. The strong one of Tianlei purple lizard tribe looks up to the sky and laughs. Is it? Long Chen's fingers flicked, and a finger wind shot out, which pierced the cloud cave. Bang! It seems that the disaster suddenly becomes violent, and then a huge thunder beast appears. When you see those thunder beasts, the strong man of the purple lizard beast family is stunned. www.novelhold.com, the fastest update of the web novel. Chapter 41-46, Sky Thunder Purple Lizards. The strong of the moon watchers were surprised. Those thunder giants were slender lizards with long tails, purple eyes like lanterns, and endless thunder symbols flashing. Have you sorted out your ancestors? Hearing the exclamation of the Wangyue clan, Longchen looks at the thunder giants and the powerful way of the Tianlei purple lizard clan. Son of a bitch, you are so angry that you are punished. Today I will see how you died. The strong one of Tianlei purple lizard is angry. Boom! Those thunder monsters came to kill them. Suddenly, a big mouth of thunder monsters opened, and a ray of thunder shot at the dragon dust. Longchen was startled. The thunder beast was huge, but its movement was extremely flexible. As soon as its mouth was opened, the attack had already come to Longchen. The wings behind the dragon dust quiver. The thunder light passes through the dragon dust like a sword. The thunder light flies straight from the void and directly penetrates countless mountains in the distance. Boom! Longchen just escaped the attack of Thunder Sword, but the strong one of Tianlei purple lizard was attacked by 3 thunder giants at the same time. They escaped 2 times, but they couldn't avoid poof. Just as Longchen was deep in thought, suddenly the strong one of Tianlei purple lizard spewed out blood. He got a fierce blow, and the spewed blood turned into a thunder symbol in heaven and earth. It's floating around. Wow, you're bleeding. Longchen did not forget to sneer. You. Poof. The strong man of the Tianlei purple lizard clan was so angry that his blood gushed out again. Just when he was distracted, a thunder beast opened his mouth and swallowed him. Boom! With a bang, the head of the thunder beast was smashed, and the strong man of the purple lizard family of thunder appeared in the void with a halberd full of thunder symbols. The strong man of the Tianlei purple lizard family has a look of fear on his face. If he was swallowed by the thunder beast just now, he would be dead and had to use a magic weapon. Don't waste time with you. Go to hell. The strong one of the Tianlei purple lizard family roars. He steps on the void and kills the dragon dust with thunder and halberd. Are you afraid of wasting time, or are you afraid that you won't be able to survive? Long Chen sneer, in the face of his gun. Long Chen is still bare-handed, a punch down. Boom! With a bang, Long Chen's arm was shocked, and the man flew backward. The strong man of Tianlei purple lizard changed his face. Long Chen's fist made his arm numb, and the halberd almost got rid of him. Boom! Two people fight hard. Immediately by those thunder beasts seize the opportunity. Crazy siege two people. Dragon dust cold hum, double fist waving, smashing. Those thunder beasts have been shocked to fly out. Dragon dust's bravery, let the strong people of Wangyue clan are shocked. Dragon dust is stronger now than it was in Linglong world. They don't use all the big moves. They fight thunder beast with flesh. They were worried about dragon dust before, but it's naive to think about it now. Puff puff, the strong one of the Tianlei purple lizards roars. He waves his halberd and roars with thunder. In the vision behind, a Tianlei purple lizard is roaring. As Long Chen said, if he can't hold on, he must kill these thunder beasts with all his strength. Originally, he wanted these thunder monsters to kill Long Chen. Now he can't hold on any longer. With these thunder monsters, one will die on the spot. These thunder monsters are all the strong men of Tianlei purple lizard, which were copied by Tianke. Some supernatural powers have also been copied. These supernatural powers, even he didn't wake up. Just like the giant beast just now, if he is really swallowed, he will be finished. The strong men of Tianlei purple lizard are trying their best to kill those thunder monsters, but they don't notice that the all-sky runes formed by the explosion of those thunder monsters are disappearing secretly. Those runes are not absorbed by the way of heaven, but swallowed by Lei Linger, who is hidden in the void. The strong of the purple lizard family of Tianlei are desperate, but the one who gets the benefit is Lei Linger. The powerful ones of Tianlei purple lizard are breaking out with all their strength. The magic soldiers are in their hands, and the thunder monsters are being killed one by one, and the number is getting less and less. In an instant, there were only a few dozen thunder giants left. Suddenly, the powerful man of Tianlei purple lizard family's eyebrows lit up with a divine light. With that divine light, his scales glowed, and hundreds of millions of different thunder symbols emerged. As soon as the symbol appeared, his breath suddenly rose 10 times. At that moment, even Long Chen was startled. This guy had such a terrible card. Dai Tianlei purple lizard beast's strong roar. At this time, he summoned the strongest strength, ready to fight with Long Chen. Just as he was about to rush out, a thunder dragon suddenly appeared. Before he could react, he had already wound his body from bottom to top. When the thunder dragon entangled the strong one of Tianlei purple lizard, the scales on his body darkened rapidly. At that moment, he was scared out of his wits. www.novelhold.com, the fastest update of the web novel. Chapter 41-47. The thunder dragon suddenly appeared, and the situation suddenly changed. The strong man of Tianlei purple lizard, who was preparing to fight with Long Chen, was trapped in an instant, just like a leaky ball. His surging thunder power quickly leaked out. The strong man of the purple lizard family of Tianlei screams in horror. He has never met such a terrible thing. The thunder dragon is absorbing his thunder power crazily. It is useless to let him struggle. And with the rapid loss of his thunder power, he became weaker and weaker, and the thunder dragon was still desperately sucking his power, as if to suck him to death. At that moment he was afraid. Suddenly, the halberd in his hand flew out and fell into the hands of Long Chen, and the strong one of Tianlei purple lizard was unable to control his weapon. Puff, puff, puff. Long Chen, holding the halberd, smashes those thunder beasts. Long Chen finds that the halberd seems to be specially used for ransacking. Hitting those thunder beasts will make their power unbalanced, and it's very easy to kill them. With the thunder halberd, it's easy for Long Chen to deal with these thunder monsters. In a few moves, kill all these thunder monsters. On the 9th day, the cloud of disaster has already disappeared. That is to say, with the last power, these thunder beasts are summoned. If the beasts disappear, the disaster will be over. Unfortunately, if it can last longer, it can get more benefits. Long Chen felt some regret. All of a sudden, a shrill scream came out, and the strong man of Tianlei purple lizard family convulsed wildly, as if he was being tortured. In the endless thunderlight, we can see that the scales on his body are being peeled off by some force, and the sharp pain makes his face distorted. "Hey, don't be afraid. We won't kill you. You can bear it for a while." Long Chen advised each other. "You can kill me, but you can't insult me. Peeling my scales is the biggest humiliation to my family. You and your parents, family and race will die without burial ground." The strong one of Tianlei purple lizards roars. Long Chen, who had been smiling all over his face, suddenly became gloomy and said coldly, "Well, in that case, you can go to die, Lei Linger. You don't have to peel off the scales. Kill him and absorb his power." Along with the dragon dust a break to drink, twining in the sky thunder purple lizard beast clan's strong person's thunder dragon suddenly tightens, the shrill scream of the voice rings out again. At that moment he was finally scared. He felt the killing intention of Longchen. "Let me go, I give up." The strong man of the sky thunder purple lizard tribe cried out in horror. The ignorant idiot thinks that he can bully others by virtue of the reputation of Tianlei purple lizard. "If you want to take my baby, I'll take your baby. It's fair. Since you dare to threaten my whole family, there's nothing to say. If you want to reincarnate in your next life, remember to keep a low profile." Longchen Cold Tunnel. Originally, Longchen didn't want to kill him, but what he couldn't bear was that someone threatened him with his parents and family. That was his rebellious scale. He would be angry if he touched it. No. The strong one of Tianlei purple lizards howls. Poof, as a result, there was a bang, and under the lock of the thunder dragon, he finally could not bear it, and turned into a blood fog all over the sky. The blood fog just appeared, and turned into an endless thunder symbol, which was absorbed by the thunder dragon. The strong men of the Tianlei purple lizard family were all destroyed, and even the Yuanshan didn't escape. For a moment, the strong men of the Wangyue family were shocked. That's the thunder purple lizard family. The dragon dust has caused a great disaster. A strong man of Wangyue clan couldn't help saying, "The Tianlei purple lizard is arrogant and domineering, and it is also a famous protector. If Longchen kills their people, it will inevitably lead to bloody revenge of the Tianlei purple lizard. The Moon Watchers are not afraid of making trouble, they are afraid that they don't have the courage and ability to make trouble." Su Jianxiong said lightly. Su Changchuan was stunned. I'm afraid Su Jianxiong didn't say this to the old man, but to him. Is this encouraging him? Who, after absorbing the thunder rune left in the world, Lei Linger returns to the chaotic space. In the chaotic space, Lei Linger incarnates as Thunder Girl, raises her jade hand and cries to Longchen, "Brother Longchen, look." At this time, a bracelet appeared on Lei Linger's wrist. This bracelet is extremely exquisite, and it is composed of scales of the strong members of the Tianlei purple lizard family. It's beautiful. Dragon does see that bracelet thunder light flow, Rue color 1000, can't help but praise away, unexpectedly this guy's scale unexpectedly so good looking. Hearing the praise of Longchen, Lilinger is more excited. "Brother Longchen, I want more scales, you see." Lei Linger shakes the bracelet, and Longchen is shocked to find that the power of thunder slowly converges on Lei Linger's bracelet. How can there be thunder in chaotic space? Longchen was surprised. Not before, but after this guy came in, he had it. Although the power of thunder is still very weak, it has a strong power of law. It's very useful for me to understand the law of thunder. Leiling said, "Hong Huang EMO?" Longchen was surprised. When he looked at Hong Huang's winged devil, he found that Hong Huang's winged devil had been decomposed in half, but its wings and head had not been decomposed. Its wings and head are the strongest parts of its body, which should contain more energy. Today, Fusang ancient wood and Taiyin would have grown to more than 60,000 li high, and the first rune has been fully formed. and Tong Tian Blood Lotus has also had lotus seeds twice. Unfortunately, Tong Tian Blood Lotus seeds can only bear one lotus seed at a time, so Long Chen had to plant them again. Qibao Lioli tree and Tiandao tree are also changing, but Longchen can't see where they have changed. In a word, the whole chaotic space is changing after this wild-winged devil comes in. It is more and more like a real world. After Longchen retreats his mind from the chaotic space, he continues to march forward with Su Jianxiong. Su Jianxiong appreciates the decisive killing of Longchen. Uncle Xiong, will I bring trouble to the Wangyue clan? After all, I'm so unlucky that I don't know what kind of idiots it'll attract in the future. Dragon does some helpless way. The Moon Watchers are not afraid of trouble. Now it's the Moon Watchers who take the opportunity to regain their dignity, and you can make trouble as much as you like. It's time for the Moon Watchers to show their tusks and stop humiliating their ancestors. Su Jianxiong has profound meaning. Seeing that Su Jianxiong said so, Longchen didn't say anything anymore. In fact, Longchen didn't want to get too close to the Moon Watchers on the surface. He was afraid of implicating the Moon Watchers. But Su Jianxiong seems to be very confident, so Longchen will not say anything, otherwise the Moon Watchers will think that Longchen looks down on them, which will hurt their feelings. A few days later, the public finally came to a desolate world, and Longchen and others were stunned. Is this the legendary Holy King State? www.novelhold.com, the fastest update of the web novel. Chapter 41-48. What Longchen didn't expect was that it was the opposite of the Holy King State he imagined. The atmosphere here was desolate, the aura was thin, and everywhere was a scene of dilapidation. Endless palaces have collapsed and decayed, and the earth is devastated. If you look around, you can only see decadence and decadence, but not a trace of vitality. It makes people feel that this is a barren land, where birds don't shit and chickens don't lay eggs. How can this kind of place be the Holy King State? However, the bustling crowd in the distance told them that this was the Holy King State, and they did not go wrong. Let's go and see if we can still find it. Su Jianxiong took out an old drawing, compared with the surrounding environment, pointed to a direction, and took the people to walk. Longchen found that not only the Moon Watchers were looking for something, but other groups were also looking for something in the endless desolate ruins with drawings and bone symbols. Uncle Xiong, what are you looking for? Longchen really can't help asking. In fact, everyone is curious, but they don't speak. Find our exclusive location for the Moon Watchers. Su Jianxiong said with a smile. In the archaic times, the Moon Watchers were also considered to be the upper middle race among the 10,000 ethnic groups, and we had our own seats in the Holy King Assembly. It's just that my family of Moon Watchers has declined in recent years, and their position has been occupied by others. Many people are about to forget our family of Moon Watchers. It's time to find my family's position. In Su Jianxiong's words, the word position is very important. The strong members of the Moon Watchers are shocked. What the Moon Watchers want to find is not only their own position, but also their lost dignity. Longchen doesn't know how to find their former seats in such a ruins. What's the use of finding a position? Ha, isn't this the Moon Watcher? Did you come to the King's Assembly? It said that you haven't attended the Holy King's meeting for several times. You thought that the Moon Watchers were going to disappear from all the people. All of a sudden, a group of people came in front of us. The first one was a strange old man. Xiangui clan, as soon as the strong faces of the Wangyue clan change, they are also a race that is not compatible with the Wangyue clan. They are here to find fault. Beat him, Longchen said to Su Changchuan. What? Su Changchuan Aleng did not understand the meaning of Longchen. Forget it, I'll do it. Pa, the strong man of the Xiangui clan has just come to the Wangyue clan, with provocation and irony on his face. Suddenly, a figure appears in front of the old man of the Xiangui clan. Without saying a word, he has a big mouth. There is a blood feud between Xiangui and Wangyue. The hatred between them is engraved in the bone and soul. Although the Wangyue people have been guarding the forbidden area of life for several generations, they have never gone out, but when they meet Xiangui people, the blood of hatred suddenly boils. But no matter the Xiangui or the Wangyue, they are all powerful. Even if their hatred is engraved in their bones, they still won't do it easily, especially at this time. Therefore, they came here mainly to ridicule the Moon Watchers and give them a bad impression. Therefore, they did not expect that the Moon Watchers would even fight. The slap of Long Chen on the old man's face, a bang, the old man was rolled out by the fan, but Long Chen's palm was numb. What a tough man, a look of horror appeared on Long Chen's face. His slap surprised him, but it had already inspired his body protection rune. The old man's reaction speed was too fast. Seeing that the old man was beaten, the strong men of the Xiangui clan were very angry. A heavenly strong man nearest to Longchen hit Longchen with one punch. Poof! And just at the moment of his fist, a bone spear, shining with silver light, penetrated his armpit and spattered with blood light. It was Su Changchuan who shot. Before Longchen reminded him that his reaction was slow, when Longchen shot, he suddenly reacted. The patriarch has said before that if he is not afraid of causing trouble, he is afraid that he will not have the courage to do so. In fact, the patriarch may have been waiting for them to do it, but the performance of Wangyue disciples, including Su Changchuan, is really unsatisfactory. Now, after Long Chen's warning, he just seized the opportunity, and the silver bone spear shot out. The timing was extremely exquisite. In fact, it's not that Su Changchuan grasped the opportunity well, but that Long Chen stood from a good angle. At the moment when the emperor of Xiangui clan took the hand, the loophole was completely displayed to Su Changchuan. The emperor of Xiangui was also a master. He improved to retreat for the first time, but he was still pierced a blood hole in his armpit. Just as his blood was splashing, a golden rice bowl flew out and collected the old man's scattered blood. The golden rice bowl flew back to Guoran's hand. Guoran held the golden rice bowl in his hand and watched the amber color of the blood. The fierce fluctuation made the runes on the golden rice bowl flicker continuously. Guoran could not help shouting excitedly, "Good guy, the legend is true. Wang Bakshu is really a great tonic. Well, I can use it. It's a pity to mend my body." Xia Chen grabs Guoran's bowl, takes out a delicate bottle and collects the old man's blood essence. Zhuanggui's blood essence is one of the best materials of inscriptions, and it is also the blood essence of Tianzuan Sheng. It's too rare. Xia Chen collected it for a long time, but only a little of it. It's also the blood essence of Xianwang, and Jiawang didn't get a drop of it. They'll go. There are so many bastards. If they bleed one by one, they can sell a lot of money. Guoran looked at hundreds of thousands of powerful people in front of him. His eyes were shining with money, as if he saw the golden mountain and the silver mountain. Son of a bitch, die. At this time, the old man of Xiangui clan, who was slapped by Longchen, roared. Suddenly, heaven and earth changed color. The whole world seemed to be squeezed by the stars. He felt that his body was going to be crushed, and his body could not move. The old man of Xiangui clan claps his hand at Longchen, and Longchen suddenly feels that his breathing is not smooth, and the whole person is about to be crushed. The old man's strength is too terrible. He is furious and full of strength. Longchen is not an opponent at all. Old bastard, you're going to die. In the face of the old man's scolding, Longchen counterattacks. Suddenly he moves back. As Longchen retreats, the angry old man of Xianjiuai's face changes. He has locked Longchen. According to reason, Longchen can't move at all. He has to close his eyes to die. Longchen retreats and breaks away from his lock. His palm suddenly loses control and goes straight to Su Jianxiong behind Longchen. With a cold hum, Su Jianxiong stretched out a hand and lightly welcomed the hand of the old man of the Xiangui clan. www.novelhold.com, the fastest update of the web novel. Chapter 41-49, Bang! The two palms didn't make a startling sound, didn't cause the sky to shine, and even the earth didn't split. The old man of the Xian tortoise family snorted. His body shook and he could not help but step back. Behind him, two powerful men from heaven helped him quickly. Poof poof, as a result, the two heavenly strong men, like electric shock, burst out with blood, and immediately rolled out like gourds. The people behind them rushed to avoid and rolled all the way out before they stopped. And the blood that the two elders vomited was not wasted at all. Guoran, who was waiting for the opportunity, took all the gold bowls back. Xiachen was so surprised that he quickly put them in the bottle. The essence and blood can be mixed together to form the best inscription liquid, which can be used to engrave various high-level seal characters, and can also be added into other inscription liquid to maximize the power of the engraved seal characters. Guoran and Xiachen began to stare at the old man of the Xingrai clan. They knew that this guy was born in heaven, if he could spit blood. These two people, one holding a golden rice bowl, the other holding a rice bowl composed of seal characters, are like two hungry people waiting for the meal. The old man of Xingrai clan was surprised and angry. He looked at Su Jinxiong in disbelief. He had suffered a big loss just now. Although he was unable to concentrate the power of this palm because of the disappearance of the airlock, Su Jinxiong also hit back, and the two should use the same strength. But Su Jian's strong wind is light and the clouds are light, but he has been shaken back. Relying on this alone, he has lost a move. Although this move cannot prove that Su Jinxiong is definitely better than him, it can at least prove that Su Jinxiong is certainly not weaker than him. He thought that the Moon Watchers had fallen. Although Su Jinxiong was also a natural god, his real strength should be far behind him. Because of this, he dared to humiliate the Moon Watchers. But after this trial, he was awe-inspiring and the Moon Watchers didn't seem as weak as he thought. What are you looking at? Do you want another big ear thunder? Long Chen pokes his head out from behind Su Jinxiong and scolds the shocked old man of Xingrai clan. The Moon Watchers are almost not happy to come out. The Xian Tortoise people are most afraid of being mentioned as a bastard, which is the biggest shame to them. Sure enough, after Long Chen's words, the powerful members of the Xingrai clan would kill each other. As long as the old man gave the order, they would kill each other. Su Jinxiong didn't speak. He just looked coldly at the old man of the Xingrai clan, who was the head of the Xingrai clan. As long as he spoke, the war would break out immediately. The head of Xingrai clan was surprised and angry. He felt that something was wrong, as if he had kicked the iron board this time. If a war is launched here, it can only be between soldiers and generals. The strong above the king of the world can fight, but they can't take the lives of the living beings, otherwise they will be infected with bad luck. In this way, the young disciples of Fairyland are the ones who really fight between the two races. Just now, Long Chen and Su Changchuan show their strength of terror. In particular, Long Chen's slap made him see stars. Even if it is unexpected, it can shake his body, protecting divine light. Even in the heaven, it is extremely rare. But Su Jinxiong never said a word, giving people a kind of unpredictable feeling. Let the Xingrai clan leader feel great uneasiness. In the end, he did not give an order, but coldly said, "The arrogant Moon Watchers are actually colluding with the Terrans. They are really willing to degenerate." As soon as Su Jinxiong was about to speak, Long Chen said, "That's better than your shrinking family, isn't it? At least we respect each other, we are equal and mutually beneficial, and you have been criticized by the Terrans, and you dare not fart. Except to withdraw your big power, how can you make fun of others?" Long Chen's words almost made Su Jinxiong laugh, especially the shrinking head group, which is too targeted. Su Jinxiong couldn't help but praise in his heart that it was the eloquence of the human race. His words were sharp and to the point. No, this needle was going to pierce people. It was too enjoyable. Such words, even if let him learn for a lifetime, also can't say such wonderful curse dialogue, and Long Chen casually, "This is enough to prove that curse need talent." You. The head of Xingrai clan was so angry that his face turned purple and his whole body trembled. He was so mad by Long Chen that he wanted to slap Long Chen to death. The head of the Xingrai clan was so angry that he almost vomited blood. At this time, Guoran and Xiachen were almost angry to death on the spot. They were looking at him, one holding a bowl, the other holding a basin. It seemed that they were waiting for him to vomit blood, and then they went on. The head of the Xingrai clan, his face turned from purple to black, and the terrible symbols in his eyes seemed to be on the verge of violence. At that moment, Su Jinxiong was startled, and his whole strength gathered secretly, ready to fight at any time. In the end, the head of the Xiangre clan held back. He didn't say a word and turned to leave. He didn't dare to speak. He was afraid of blood gushing out as soon as he opened his mouth. Old fellow heroes, thank you for your gift from Lao Tai. Guoran saw the Xiangre family leave, and politely said hello. He also asked Xiachen to show off his bottle, which was full of Zhuangguis blood essence. The strong men of Xiangre clan glared at Guoran, and their teeth were about to be broken. However, without the order of the clan leader, they could only bear to leave. But from their venomous eyes, we can see that this feud is growing, and it's estimated that they will take revenge in the future. It seems that there is nothing wrong with the idea of shrinking head turtle. It's all tolerable. The endurance is really amazing. Long Chen thought he really wanted to fight, but the other side was too tolerant. Originally, the Xiangre clan wanted to humiliate the Wangyue clan. Instead of being beaten, they were beaten. Finally, they could bear it. The most important thing was that they left without even trying. This made Long Chen a little surprised. Originally, Long Chen thought that the Xiangre clan would ask their disciples to test the disciples of the Wangyue clan. Why do they have to compare and try to explore the virtual reality of the Wangyue clan? At the same time, Long Chen also wants to see the strength of these archaic races, which makes the dragon blood soldiers accumulate some experience, but it's disappointing that they didn't fight. Changchuan, good performance. Su Jiangxiong's attitude towards Su Changchuan. Su Changchuan was overjoyed, and the patriarch praised him, but Su Jianxiong continued, if you don't need to be reminded, you'd better dare to take the initiative. Su Changchuan's face turned red. It seems that he is too timid and not smart enough. Long Chen has already seen that he still needs Su Jianxiong to be so straightforward. It's really stupid. Found it, here it is. A day later, Su Jianxiong finally found a ruins with a smile on his face. Long Chen can't see anything strange here, but it's not convenient to ask more. The Moon Watchers are busy and build temporary houses here. The Wangyue clan has just set up a temporary camp. Suddenly, the disciples of the Wangyue clan come to us. Tell the patriarch, elder martial brother Longchen, someone is asking for a meeting outside. They say it's from the immortal family calls itself Dragon. www.novelhold.com, the fastest update of the web novel. Chapter 4150, here they are at last. Although he had been prepared for a long time, when the dragon family came, Long Chen still felt a little nervous, because he was about to know the news of his father. He is a bit nervous and contradictory. He is eager for good news and afraid of bad news. Su Jianxiong looks at Long Chen. It's the first time that he has known Long Chen for such a long time. Do you have any enmity with the immortal family, the dragon family of the gods? Su Jianxiong asked. Long Chen nodded and said, yes, and the grudge is deep. After all, they should be regarded as a family. I didn't expect you to have such a strong background. No wonder you have such a strong strength. Su Jianxiong suddenly realized that Long Chen had such terrible strength, and his feelings came from the immortal family, so it was natural. Long Chen shook his head and said, my strength has nothing to do with their dragon family. On the contrary, when I was born, they poached my blood, roots and bones. In a word, it's hard to tell my grudge with the dragon family. Whether we will become a family or an immortal enemy depends on today's conversation. Uncle Xiong, come with me and help me make a scene. I'll meet the messenger of the dragon family for a while. Su Jianxiong is awe-inspiring. He doesn't know about Long Chen's past and has never inquired about his details. However, listening to Long Chen's tone, his relationship with the Long family is more complicated than he imagined. Su Jianxiong and Long Chen met with 7 visitors, 1 old and 6 young. The old man's hair is gray, but he is hale and hearty, and his eyes are pure and introverted, like a dragon hiding in the abyss. Although he hides his breath, the dragon dust can see at a glance that this is a terrible congenital heaven, and stronger than the head of Xiangui clan. Behind the old man, there were 6 young Tianjiao, 4 men and 2 women. They had a terrible breath and had no intention of converging. When they walked into the hall, they had a winding breath, runes and domineering. As soon as they entered the door, they looked at Longchen without fear, and looked up and down at him as if they wanted to see him through. There was a look of suspicion and contempt in their eyes. They are all 3-level supremacy, and the 3-color runes flow around them. Even if they stand at the same height, they still give people a sense of supremacy. I've seen the head of the Wangyue clan. Long in the field. One of the 8 elder guardians of the dragon family. The 8th elder. Very polite. As soon as the old man came in, he didn't even look at Longchen. He gave Su Jinxiong a hug. Clean action, looks quite polite, but claiming to be an old man, not in the next, the tone is very strong. However, after listening to his introduction, Longchen was shocked. What are the 8 elder guardians of the dragon family? Isn't that to say that the dragon family has 8 heaven gods? I don't know if this guy is here to scare people. Elder 8, you're welcome. I'm just here with dragon dust. You don't want to see me, do you? Su Jinxiong said with a smile. He can also see that although the 8 elders are very old, there is a kind of young man who is very sharp and domineering. He is clearly aiming at the dragon dust, but he doesn't look at the dragon dust. I'm afraid it's not his intention, so he doesn't have to be polite. 8 elder haha smile way. Yes, I am aiming at the dragon dust. The dragon dust is my dragon family descendants. As the younger generation, of course, I must first say hello to the patriarch, and then turn to get him. The 8 elder then turned his head, looked at Longchen, nodded and said, It's good to hear that you have done some important things recently, but you haven't lost my face. It's very good, and I'm very glad. Longchen frowned. The 8 elders were old-fashioned. Looking at Longchen's posture of looking at the younger generation made him uncomfortable. Everybody sit down and say, Don't know 8 elder come to find Longchen, what can I do for you? Longchen motioned for everyone to have a seat. 8 long old face is not happy, because Longchen sat a please gesture, but did not wait for him to sit first, but he sat down first. This is very impolite behavior, obviously not enough respect for him. But the 8 elders didn't say anything. They sat down together. After they sat down, Longchen didn't speak, so he looked at the 8 elders quietly. Longchen, as a junior of the family, are you a little rude? One of the disciples of the dragon family couldn't see it anymore. It was cold. I can't blame him, a rising man in the lower world. What kind of etiquette can he understand? A female disciple of the dragon family said sarcastically. Obviously, as the supreme pride of heaven, each of them is arrogant. They have heard of Longchen and know that Longchen is a member of the Longjia family, but they look down upon Longchen from the bottom of their heart. No nonsense. Longchen is a rising man in the lower world. He didn't get a good education. That's the responsibility of our Long family. No wonder he is. Elder 8 scolded the 2 disciples. At that moment, even Su Jinxiong frowned. The 8 elder was scolding the 2 disciples. In fact, he accused Longchen of being impolite and uneducated. In his heart he sneers. The dragon family is really blind. They sent such a man to find Longchen. He knows Longchen's character too well. They want to push Longchen to the opposite. Su Jinxiong saw the wisdom and talent of Longchen. He thought to himself many times that if Longchen were a disciple of his moon watchers, he would wake up in his dreams. But the dragon family treats the dragon dust like this. It's just a matter of the dragon family. Su Jinxiong can't say anything, he just looks at it quietly. Longchen's eyes became cold gradually, and his eyes became sharp gradually. 8 elder, do you represent the Long family? Elder 8 nodded and said, Yes, anyway, you are a disciple of the dragon family. I heard that you have caused a lot of trouble. The owner of the family sent me to ask you if you would like to return to the dragon family. I dare say that no one dares to provoke you when you return to the dragon family, and no one dares to retaliate against you, and you don't have to wander around anymore. If the dragon family takes you in, you don't have to continue to be a bereaved dog. You'd better come back. Without the dragon family, the Holy King meeting is over, and you don't want to leave the Holy King state alive. Haoyan, a disciple of the dragon family, advised. Su Jinxiong finally couldn't help it and said coldly, Do you want Longchen to go home or force him to leave home? If Longchen doesn't have a home, my Wangyue clan is his home. Every soldier of my Wangyue clan is willing to shed the last drop of blood for him. If you come to humiliate Longchen on purpose, just go away. Otherwise, don't blame me for not giving face to the Longchen clan. Su Jiangxiong's words are very impolite. These people are too much. Even he can't stand it, let alone the young dragon dust. Well, the reason why you take in Longchen is not for Longchen's treasure? Do you really think you're a good person? 8 Elders sneer Wei. When Su Jianxiong was about to speak, the elder of the Wangyue clan came in. Tell the patriarch that he is a friend of Longchen. He calls himself Jiang and is a woman. www.novelhold.com, the fastest update of the web novel. Chapter 4151, Yo, 8 Elders of the Dragon Family. Fengfei is very polite. It was Jiang Fengfei, who was the most beautiful. As soon as she entered the hall, the fragrance came, and the whole hall became luxurious. Today's Jiang Fengfei, dressed in a golden palace dress, wearing a hairpin, tassels drooping, looks forward to life and looks solemn and luxurious. When Fengfei came into the hall, the male disciples of the dragon family looked straight. Fengfei's temperament completely convinced them. The 2 female disciples of the dragon family are also in the upper middle position, but in front of Fengfei, they are just like the 2 bald chickens in front of peacocks. Compared with Fengfei, their appearance and temperament are far different. Fengfei didn't come alone, and there was a kind-hearted old man beside him. Fengfei said hello to Elder 8, and Elder 8's face suddenly changed. What does the Jiang family mean? Want to rob my dragon family? 8 Elder Cold Tunnel. The old man beside Fengfei said with a smile. 8 elders misunderstood that Lao Jiao was accompanying Fengfei to come out and look around. I heard Fengfei say that there is a friend here, who is a dragon among the people and has a world-class appearance. He is curious and wants to come and have a look. The old man said, then looked at Longchen and nodded. Your head is very lofty, which is really beyond the ordinary pride. Listen to Fengfei say, in the world, our Jiang family is not good with you. As the old housekeeper of the Jiang family, I apologize to you on behalf of the Jiang family. There is no obvious criterion and boundary between right and wrong, right and wrong. I hope we can get along as friends. Long Chenalung can't help looking at Fengfei. Fengfei is smiling at him, also winked at him, a pair of unpredictable appearance. Long Chen doesn't know what medicine is sold in Fengfei gourd. The old man claims to be the old housekeeper of the Jiang family. I'm afraid his identity is absolutely different. Although he didn't understand their real intention, Long Chen said with a smile, the past is gone. I hope there will be a good start in the fairyland. The elder of the Jiang family nodded and said with a smile, well, let's start from your younger generation. I can't keep up with the trend, I can't speak well, and I'm rigid in my work. Sometimes when you are old, it's time to step back and give up your position to the young people. Some people, when they are old, have a smaller mind, more nonsense and less truth. When they are young, they are not arrogant and unpromising, and when they are old, they are still so arrogant, which is not unpromising, but humiliating to the family. What do you mean? 8 Elder listened to listen, found that the old man of the Jiang family has something to say. This is clearly aimed at him. Elder 8, don't be so excited. I didn't tell you that you are young. I'm talking about myself. The old man of the Jiang family continued, I value Fengfei very much, and I am highly valued by the master of the family. If you need any help in the future, just talk to Fengfei. If you can, we Jiang family will try our best to help. After all, many friends, many roads, many enemies, many walls, people, cannot bang 100 nails, not long memory. Well, it's a lot of old sayings. It's easy to be wordy as soon as you open your mouth. Longchen, let's leave first. Our Jiang camp is not far away from here. If Longchen has time to visit, our Jiang family will be waiting. With these words, the old man smiles at Longchen and then salutes Su Jianxiong. With the help of Fengfei, he leaves slowly. When Fengfei leaves, she specially looks back at Longchen and shows an enigmatic smile, then disappears into Long Chen's sight. When Feng Fei left the Moon Watcher's camp, the old man's rickety body slowly stood straight, and his turbid eyes became shining, no longer as old as before. You're right. This guy is a very dangerous character. I've calculated his potential 7 times, but I can't reach the limit. The face of the old Jiang family became serious. Feng Fei said with a smile, "This guy is very terrible. Unfortunately, many people have already died when they understand his horror. Dead people don't pass on the news, so there are always a group of fools who are constantly provoking him, but they don't know that they have put their necks in front of death's sickle." Feng Fei suddenly said, "I don't understand. Is the dragon family really going to take back the dragon dust? Why did you send this arrogant 8 elder to appear? Instead of sending the elder to be a serious and decent elder? Are they deliberately trying to screw things up? Child, you are still young. It's not so simple. Let's wait and see. However, I really hope to bring Long Chen to our Jiang family. If he can be our Jiang family's son-in-law, it would be the best." The old man looked at Feng Fei, meaning to point to the tunnel. Feng Fei's pretty face turned scarlet, but soon she shook her head and said, "It's impossible. Every confidant around him is no worse than me. Besides, she shares weal and woe with him, and has deep feelings. It's not that you're poor, but that you're just short of an opportunity. Come on, let's go. Some things just can't come. Your talent is no worse than anyone else, but your ambition is not enough and your desire is not strong, which is very dangerous. In the cruel law of the fairyland, no one can be alone. Let alone in the fairyland, even in the Jiang family, there are countless disputes. You have to be careful," the old man said solemnly. Feng Fei nodded and walked out slowly with the old man. Before Feng Fei left, she looked back at Long Chen with a smile. That smile was as warm as the spring breeze, which made her soul crisp. Long Chen doesn't have any feelings. He is still guessing the purpose of Jiang Fengfei's coming here, but the 4 disciples of the Long family are already jealous. Feng Fei turns a blind eye to them and regards them as the heir. She only likes Long Chen. Their self-confidence is greatly hit, which makes them point their hatred at Long Chen. As a member of the dragon family, you collude with the people of the Jiang family. Are you planning to rebel against the dragon family and use the heaven and earth cauldron as a stepping stone to embrace the Jiang family? Hee, you dragon dust can't support the wall. Let's make it clear today that we are here for your heaven and earth tripod. You are a member of the dragon family, and everything you own belongs to the dragon family. You have to pay for this heaven and earth tripod, and you have to pay for it if you don't pay for it. A dragon family Tianjiao suddenly stood up, pointed to the dragon dust and roared. "Huh?" At last, Long Chen couldn't help it. He slapped him in the face and smashed his vigorous chi directly. There was a startling explosion. The airwaves overlapped and the tent arranged by the Moon Watchers exploded. The disciple of the dragon family who pointed to Long Chen before was slapped half of his face by Long Chen, and his head almost burst open like a meteor rolling out. Boom! The disciple of the dragon family bumped into a wall of ruins. The wall was hard and matchless. It seemed that there was some rule of blessing, and there was no damage. On the contrary, the disciple of the dragon family stuck to the wall like a cake, and he was flat. Unfortunately, Feng Fei and the old man didn't go far away. The man just hit the ruins in front of them. Looking at the dragon family Tianjiao, who is no longer an adult, Feng Fei smiles excitedly. Hee, I knew it would be like this. Let's watch the opera first. www.novelhold.com, the fastest update of the web novel. Chapter 4152, Bold Beast. Long Chen hits people. 8 Long eldest brother is angry. Reach out to catch Long Chen, want to teach him a lesson. Long Chen slapped him in the face. He had not entered the fighting state at such a close distance. Even if the 8 elders' strength was twice as strong, he could not escape the slap. With a bang, the 8 elder took the dust of the dragon's disciple and flew out before he finished his swearing words. Feng Fei and the old man of the Jiang family flash away in a hurry, and the 8 elders fly by close to them. Boom! 8 elders kick on the earth and stabilize his body. Half of his face has been bruised and deeply imprinted with a palm print. Well, I'm very old and I have the same ideas as young people. The old man of the Jiang family shook his head and sighed. When Elder 8 calmed down, he was surprised and angry. His eyes were full of murders. The disciples of the dragon family who came with him were also furious. They drew out their weapons and were ready to fight at any time. Longchen, you dare to be rude to the elder who protects the dragon. Do you believe you can't get out of the Holy King state alive? A disciple of the dragon family roared. If you don't have a clean mouth, believe it or not, you can't get out of this camp? Long Chen's face is gloomy. The dragon family is an immortal family. The people who come to talk to him are actually a straw bag. They are obviously aiming at the treasure of Long Chen. They don't intend to talk to him at all. How did Long Chen ever suffer from this kind of anger? He is very disappointed with the dragon family, and his anger is burning in his heart. He is such a powerful genius that the dragon family looks down on him. Then his father's life must be more miserable. At the thought of this, the murderous opportunity surges in the eyes of Longchen, the black symbols in the eyes flow, and the violent murderous qi makes the world begin to change color. At the moment when the murderous spirit of Longchen was diffused, the old man's face changed slightly. Longchen's murderous spirit was so strong that it had condensed into essence and almost formed a spiritual field. Even experts of his level were affected. Who do you think you are? As long as the dragon family gives an order, it doesn't need the whole family to go out. It only needs the help of the 4 elder dragon guardians to raise the place to the ground and kill all the chickens and dogs. 8 elders gnashed their teeth. Poof! As soon as the sound of 8 long old sayings fell, a bone spear appeared silently, and by the time he reacted, it had penetrated his chest. At that moment, even the elder of the Jiang family and Fengfei were surprised. The bone spear pierced the 8 elders' chest. At this time, people found that the whole world was shrouded in silver when the silver moon was in the sky. Su Jiangxiang's body slowly emerged, holding a bone spear, carrying the body of 8 elders, his eyes cold, to the ground? Not a chicken or dog left. With a bag like you? What's the use of 100? Su Jianxiong shot. Long Chen was startled. He now understand, Su Jianxiong in the end how terrible. When the vision of the silver moon enveloped the world, no one, including him, noticed that Su Jianxiong was the master of the world at the moment when the vision of the silver moon appeared. Even a master like Elder 8, he was caught in the attack and had no resistance. At this time, the 8 elders' life was already in Su Jiangxiang's hands, and life and death were only between his thoughts. The 8 elders were surprised and angry, while the other dragon geniuses were all shocked. They didn't expect that the battle of the congenital heaven level could tell life and death in an instant. Is the gap between them really so big? Originally, they thought that as long as the 8 elders could deal with Su Jianxiong, they could join hands and take Longchen down with a few moves. Therefore, when they arrived, they were full of confidence and didn't pay attention to anyone. But now, a man was nearly shot into mud by Longchen and lay there motionless, while the 8 elder, the congenital god, was shot through his chest and his life was pinched in his hand. They were flustered and didn't know what to do. The 8 elders were surprised and angry, and they yelled, "I don't believe you dare to kill me, you kill me, our dragon family. Forget it, you can't represent the dragon family. If I expect you to come here, it's not the decision of the dragon family at all, but your own meaning." At this time, the old man of the Jiang family cut in. He looked at Su Jianxiong and said, "Please calm down, patriarch. This guy can't represent the dragon family at all. Just teach him a lesson. After all, Long Chen is a member of the Long family. It's hard for honest officials to break the housework. Some things are better solved by Long Chen himself and them." Su Jianxiong nodded and said, "Well, he'll give the Jiang family a face. Elder 8, you should remember the favor. If there is no Yuan family's plea, I may not kill you, but I will abolish you. The Moon Watchers are not the same as they used to be. We are not afraid of anyone, let alone accept any threats and provocations. I hope you can have a long memory. If there is another time, I promise that even if God comes, You will not be able to save your life." With these words, Su Jianxiong slowly took back his bone spear. At the same time, the silver moon in the sky slowly disappeared, and the sky and earth returned to their original color. 8 elders gnash their teeth. He has never experienced such humiliation in his life, but when Su Jianxiong's silver moon world came, there was no sign that it was impossible to prevent. He knew that the strength of Su Jianxiong and himself was not a little different. If you fight hard with him, it's just self-humiliation. He can only endure this tone. He looks at Su Jianxiong coldly and says, "Dare to interfere in the affairs of my dragon family, and then you won't regret it." Ha ha ha. Su Jianxiong looked up at the sky and laughed loudly. "I've never regretted doing anything in my whole life. If you dragon family can make me regret it, you are capable." Su Jianxiong has seen countless stormy people, but it's the first time for him to see the 8 elders' senseless hobo meat. His stupidity has made him see it for a long time. If you are an ordinary person, you will not dare to be arrogant, but this guy, even with such a hard mouth, is a wonderful flower. Long Chen's intention to kill was boiling, but later he heard the old man's words, and his anger was reduced a lot. If the 8 elders are smart enough to threaten Long Chen to hand over the heaven and earth cauldron, he only represents himself, not the attitude of the dragon family, then there is still room for maneuver. After all, his father is still in the dragon family. Before saving his father, Long Chen doesn't want to tear his face with the dragon family. "Go away, my dragon dust is not a soft persimmon. It's not something anyone can pinch." Long Chen cold tunnel. Seeing 8 elders' gloomy face, it seems that he is still thinking about some countermeasures. Long Chen knows that this straw bag can't come up with any tricks. He doesn't want to talk nonsense with him and drives people away directly. "You wait for me." The 8 elders gnashed their teeth and left with the disciples. One of them couldn't walk. He was carried away. He came in a rage and left in a mess. Everything looked funny. www.novelhold.com, the fastest update of the web novel. Chapter 4153. Looking at 8 elders and others leave, Feng Fei's face is always wearing a smile, as if already guessed that there will be this scene. You don't have to worry about Long Chen. The 8 elders of the dragon family are the least accomplished of the elders of the dragon family. They can't represent the dragon family. The reason why he was able to become a dragon-protecting elder was that he used some means that were not on the table. His attitude could only represent himself. "Feng Fei has told me about you, and I know something about you. Your father, you don't have to worry for the time being. At least his life is safe." The old man of the Jiang family said. Long Chen is shocked. It seems that the old man really knows a lot. It also proves that the relationship between the Jiang family and the Long family may be unusual. "Thank you for reminding me." Long Chen gives a fist to express his thanks. The old man nodded and turned to leave. Feng Fei followed the old man and disappeared with him in the moon-watching camp. Although he may not represent the dragon family, he must rely on something behind his arrogance, otherwise he would not dare to come to the door so blatantly. If you return to the dragon family in the future, you must be careful. Liang Zi is already married, so it's hard to untie it. Su Jinxiong reminded. "Don't worry, Uncle Xiong. I know that. Moreover, whether I will return to the dragon family is completely unknown. My father is in their hands. I dare not do too much. Fortunately, this guy didn't use my father to coerce me, otherwise I would have killed him." Long Chen took a deep breath and tried to calm himself down. Just now, he was very angry. If this guy dared to use his father to coerce him, he would burst out in an instant. If he was killed, maybe he would be in trouble. Long Chen is not interested in returning to the dragon family, but if he wants to save his father, he must deal with the dragon family, which is the most troublesome thing for him. So, you have to participate in the Holy King meeting, show your strength and potential, let the dragon family have fear, and also want to win over you? Su Jinxiong said. Long Chen nodded. He must show absolute strength and potential, is qualified to let the dragon family weigh themselves. If offended him, what will bring to the dragon family, and won him, what will bring to the dragon family. Today's Long Chen has no other way. He doesn't dare to move the Long family because of his lack of strength, but he has to earn more chips for himself so that the Long family can be afraid of him and treat his father well. Although I don't understand what's going on in your side, I don't need to understand. You only need to know one thing, that is, my Moon Watchers will always be your strongest backing. Even with the strength of the dragon family, I'm not afraid of him, so you don't need to compromise with anyone. Su Jianxiong patted Long Chen on the shoulder. Long Chen was moved in his heart. In his life, Long Chen helped countless people, but few of them could treat Su Jianxiong as their own. Although Long Chen and the Moon Watchers get together because of their interests, when they get along with each other, they have more trust and a feeling of sharing happiness and disaster. Besides, I'll tell you, only a fool like Elder 8 can be arrogant and domineering at this time. You know, it's okay for you to beat him. If he does something to you, especially in this holy state, although the meeting hasn't started yet, he still has the risk of bad luck. Therefore, the people of the Jiang family look down on him. That's why you don't have to worry about strong people attacking you in Shengwang state. If you are a strong person of the same level, you can deal with it by yourself. What you can't deal with is the existence of Tianzuan level. If they dare to attack you, you can even see a good play. So, now you relax a little, keep your best, and get ready for the opening of the Holy King's Assembly. Su Jianxiong said. Thank you for reminding me. I understand. Long Chen said with a smile. After hearing Su Jianxiong's words, Long Chen felt much more comfortable. If so, what was he afraid of? This time is not arrogant. When are we going to wait? Dragon Dust immediately called the Dragon Blood army together, around to see if there are other Dragon Blood soldiers. Xiachen left a mark here. They were not afraid to get lost. Long Chen went out. Originally, Huai Shu was a little worried and wanted to follow him, but Su Jianxiong caught him. So Long Chen and others swaggered out. After walking for a while, Guo Ran couldn't help saying, "Boss, what's going on here? What's more desolate than that? I don't understand. This piece of ruins doesn't look like man-made, but natural. It's covered with powerful forces. Even the Supreme Pride has been smashed into meat cakes, but they won't be destroyed. Let's just watch it quietly. Uncle Xiong won't say it. There must be a reason for him." Long Chen doesn't understand, but he can hold back. Now, in the endless ruins, some places have been enclosed and divided into their own territory. But this is only a small part. More forces are still looking for their own position. When Long Chen passed by them, many people cast hostile eyes on Long Chen and others. Some even press weapons with their hands. Once they get close, they will kill them. Dragon Dust also ignore them, with a group of people walking around, but walked for most of the day. Dragon Dust found something wrong. Because he found that what they saw were all kinds of orcs, and they didn't see a human race. Long Chen suddenly realized that they came out of the Moon Watching clan, that is to say, this area is the territory of the Monster clan. Long Chen remembers that Feng Fei once gave her the location of the Jiang family. Long Chen quickly takes out the instructions of the Jade Plate and flies away in one direction. Go away, pelicans forbid others to pass by. Long Chen led the Dragon Blood army to fly directly into the air. When he flew over a camp, he immediately attracted the strong to drink and scold. Or the damn Terrans, kill them. When these people realize that Long Chen and others are human, they draw out their weapons one after another and kill them. Puff, puff, puff. As a result, as soon as they made a move, the Dragon Blood soldiers' swords were mercilessly cut down, and the bodies of countless pelicans were everywhere. If you don't want to die, don't get in the way. If you want to die, you will be successful. Long Chen sneers. When he was in the family of Moon Watchers, some people galloped over their heads. The family of Moon Watchers never restricted others. Just now I flew over several campsites, but no one stopped them. How can I kill them when I get to them? Do you think they are good bullies? Looking for death, as soon as Long Chen's voice is over, a congenital celestial strongman stops Long Chen's way and shoots him in the air with one claw. There are thousands of rainbow in the void, and his killing intention is soaring to the sky. Dragon Dust fearless, a fist smash, Dragon Dust a fist just swing, That pelican clan congenital heaven's strong face big change, a mouthful of blood gushing out. What? Guaran and others were startled, and Long Chen was also stunned. His fist hasn't been smashed yet. www.novelhold.com, the fastest update of the web novel. Chapter 4154. The pelican's old man spat out blood and was as black as ink. A lot of black air appeared in his eyebrows. The old man's face was full of panic. At this time, he didn't want to kill Longchen. He stood in the void and didn't dare to move. It's stupid. You pelicans are already in decline. You don't have enough luck. You dare to fight against the younger generation at this time. It's strange that bad luck doesn't come to you. All of a sudden, there are other monsters in the distance near. It is obvious that the hostile forces of pelicans are gloating. It's not bad. Bad luck only comes to you, not to all the people, which means that the pelican family has not been exterminated. On the other hand, someone is talking. It's the first time that Long Chen has seen bad luck. It's too sudden and strange. Long Chen doesn't know what bad luck is. But when he sees the old man's dark brow and bad face, I'm afraid nothing good will happen to him. The old pelican was frightened, angry, and scared. He felt that he was rapidly weakening and his blood stagnated. All the power given him by the way of heaven was being gradually withdrawn. He was afraid. He was cursed by the bad luck in the legend. The power of heaven was dispersing. It was like a rich man who had all his wealth confiscated in an instant and became a beggar. Now he can be killed by anyone. What the way of heaven gives you is not yours. If you are obedient, give it to you. If you are not obedient, take it back. It seems that things in the way of heaven may not be reliable sometimes. More often, they have to rely on themselves. Seeing the old man's frightened appearance aroused Long Chen's reflection. The power of the way of heaven is powerful and inexhaustible, but there is too much reliance on the way of heaven. Once 99% of practitioners lose the blessing of the power of the way of heaven, they will basically be abandoned. Although Long Chen sometimes borrows the power of the way of heaven, he always gives priority to his own power. If he can borrow the power of the way of heaven, he can save some of the original power. Even without heaven's power blessing, Long Chen can fight with his own strength, and his combat power will not be weakened, but his duration will be reduced. In the past, Long Chen had been rejected by the way of heaven and did not use the power of the way of heaven, but now it is gradually recognized by the way of heaven, and many techniques have begun to use the power of the way of heaven to complete. Now seeing that the god of the Pelican clan is cursed by bad luck, Long Chen is on guard. His own strength is the key. He can't rely too much on the way of heaven. Haha, this is interesting. The curse of doom is true. Guaran laughs. What are they afraid of? What kind of teapot people? Is it great to carry a night pot? Don't let anyone else fly over you. You just say that in the same world, no one else can live. Guaran at this time, do not fall into the well, do not call Guaran, he laughed loudly. Hundreds of thousands of powerful pelicans gather together. On the one hand, they dare to be so arrogant, because Long Chen and others are human. On the other hand, they are not escorted by the powerful. As a result, this move didn't matter. It directly aroused the anger of heaven and brought down the curse of doom. They were dumbfounded. It said that the curse of doom rarely appears before the opening of the Holy King's assembly, and even if it does, it has a certain probability. Not all those who are strong in heaven will be cursed. The Pelican family's innate heaven luck is so bad, just shot, was caught by heaven, there is no place to reason. Well, old man, I'm going to fight you alone. Do you dare? Guaran pointed to the old man with black eyebrows, and his toes were high. The old man trembled with anger. Guaran's breath was the weakest among the dragon blood soldiers. Even in the whole Holy King state, it was hard to find anyone weaker than him. He didn't need to take a hand. He even felt that he could blow him to death by blowing his breath. But now he cursed himself and didn't dare to move. If he killed Longchen, he might die too. He would not be so stupid. What? Dare not? Seeing the old man gnashing his teeth, Guaran said, "How about I tie one hand and one foot to fight with you?" Click. The crisp sound came from the old man's mouth. The old man's mouth was bleeding. He opened his mouth in horror. As a result, many broken teeth fell out of his mouth, and he crushed them. The broken teeth pierced his mouth, and the blood was flowing. The old man's face was full of fear. It was so strange. As a strong man in heaven, he could not resist this strange power. Seeing this scene, Long Chen and others were startled. The curse of heaven is really weird and frightening. The key is that this kind of power can't resist at all. Other people's faces changed when they saw this scene. There were many powerful demons and orcs watching the scene around. At first, they were still gloating, but now they can't laugh. Although people revere the way of heaven, the practitioners always feel that they are omnipotent when they have great strength. However, when the curse comes, the heaven god is just like the mole ant in front of the curse. They have no resistance at all. When they are frightened, they also have a great awe of the way of heaven. Originally, Guoran wanted to continue teasing pelicans, but seeing this scene, he was also a little scared. This thing is too scary. The unknown power is the most terrible. Poof! Suddenly, the old man's blood gushed, his breath began to become confused and his face was ferocious, and his eyes were frightened, as if he saw something terrible. He stretched out his hands, trying to touch his throat, as if a pair of big invisible hands had pinched his neck. Lao Tzu, the powerful pelicans, exclaimed that there would be disciples to help him, but they were stopped by the older generation. In the distance, there are other powerful people of heaven shouting, "The old ancestor has been plagued by bad luck. Whoever infects him will be brought by bad luck. If he can survive, he will survive. If he can't survive, no one can save him. You don't want to fight against the way of heaven." The Tianzuan strongman kindly reminded us that he had a good relationship with pelicans and didn't want their disciples to die in vain. In fact, doom is an embodiment of the rules of the Holy King's Assembly. Every Holy King's Assembly, there are some unfortunate people who are caught by the way of heaven and become negative teaching materials. Only in this way can people revere the way of heaven and the rules. Lao Tzu, you have to hold on. The pelican's disciples are all in their throats. Suddenly, a pair of wings appeared behind the pelican's ancestors, and the space trembled. He disappeared in the same place. When he appeared again, he was in front of Longchen. At that moment, everyone exclaimed, "Damn Terran, even if I die, I will take you to hell." The ancestor of the pelican family is hideous and gnashing his teeth. His wings spread out to cover the sky and cover everyone, such as Longchen. www.novelhold.com, the fastest update of the web novel. Chapter 4155. Guoran and others' faces changed greatly. They wanted to see the old man's excitement, but they didn't expect that the old man would die with them. It's just a curse. As for this, you'd better go on your own, and we won't be with you. Dragon Dust step out, take the initiative to meet the pelican family old man, single point out, a thunder from his fingertips. Poof! Lei Guang pierced the old man's eyebrows and killed him instantly. No one was shocked when Long Chen killed the old man. The old man is in the curse of doom, and his strength has been suppressed to the extreme. Even an ordinary fairy king has the strength to defeat him. They were shocked that if they killed the old man, how could Long Chen and others get rid of their bad luck? If you kill the old man, but you are infected with the curse of bad luck, maybe you will die with him. At the moment when the old man was killed, his body grew rapidly and turned into a strange bird, which was an ancient pelican. At the moment when the old man was killed, his body couldn't maintain his human form, but he revealed his noumenon. When his noumenon just appeared, it suddenly disappeared. His corpse was brought into the chaos space by the dragon dust, when the huge corpse, just stained with the black soil, instantly decayed and swallowed by the black soil. The black air on the corpse was engulfed by the black earth, and there was no difference. Obviously, the curse of heaven could not be maintained in the chaotic space. However, to the disappointment of Long Chen, it was the body of an inborn god, who could not release much energy. His energy has been recovered, this body is just an empty shelf, white happy one. Long Chen sighed secretly. He thought he had picked up a big bargain, but he picked up a piece of garbage to come back. You. When the pelicans saw that Longchen was safe and sound, they collected the body of their ancestors. They were surprised and angry. Hand over the body of our ancestors, or we pelicans will not die with you, yelled an old pelican. The body of the pelican ancestor is related to the honor of the pelican family. If the body of the pelican ancestor falls into the hands of others, it is a great shame. Never die? Well, as long as you dare to do it, you pelicans can have a living today. My name of Longchen will be written upside down from today on. Dragon dust negative hand and stand, cold tunnel. It's a big tone. I'd like to see how big a storm you can make. This is the territory of the demons. Do you really think that there is no one in the demons? If we can let you leave today, it will be the biggest shame of the monster clan, yelled the old pelican. The old pelican people said that some of the strong people who watched the battle from afar changed their faces slightly. The pelican people wanted to drag them into the water. At that moment, Longchen laughed and slowly raised his hand. A lotus-shaped flame rose. His voice spread all over the world. I have a friend who once said a word that I appreciate very much. He said that reading is to reason with others, and practicing is to make others reason with him. If you pelicans don't reason, I don't have to reason with you. Let's talk with our strength directly. Just as Longchen was talking, the flame lotus in his hand bloomed rapidly, the snow-white lotus covered the void in a moment, and the snow floated between heaven and earth. When the snow falls on the ground, the earth turns black for a moment. It gives people a cold feeling, but it burns the earth through. It's Bingpa. It's the 8th Bingpa Shenyan in the sky fire list. Someone in the distance exclaimed and recognized the origin of the flame in Longchen's hand. It's really the ice spirit flame, but now the ice spirit flame is very different from before. Bingpa gives half of his original seed to Huelinger. Now Huelinger really controls the source of Bingpa. However, Bingpa is too powerful and Huelinger's cultivation is insufficient. Its strength is not enough to support Bingpa Shenyan. Therefore, Bingpa Shenyan is in a dormant state in Huelinger's hands. She can control the power of Bingpa, but she can't use all the power of Bingpa, because Bingpa also has her own instinct. If she contributes all the power, she will lose her strength and even disappear. Therefore, in the past, Fire Spirit could only use the power of Bingpa. It was not that Bingpa was not strong enough, but Bingpa was in self-protection and could not let Fire Spirit use Bingpa indiscriminately. But now it's different. Huelinger absorbs the fire of Taiyin and the fire of the sun every day, constantly strengthens himself, borrows the power of Taiyin and the fire of the sun, transforms it into his own power, and then cultivates the spirit of ice. When the dragon dust collected the corpse of Honghuang Winged Devil, it transformed the vast vitality, promoted the rapid growth of Taiyin wood and Fusang ancient wood, and absorbed a steady stream of strength by Bingpa. Bingpa finally began to wake up. Now the awakened Bingpa, when the dragon dust uses its power, the emerging snowflakes are the exclusive vision of Bingpa. When the snowflakes were flying, although the pelican disciples kept avoiding, some people were still infected with the snowflakes. The snowflakes fell on their bodies, directly burned through their defenses, and their bodies were ignited. Suddenly, they heard a shrill scream. At this time, the powerful pelicans finally show their frightened eyes. They feel that today's pelicans are going to be worse. It seems that the bad luck of pelicans is not over because of the death of their ancestors. Open the border of blood and summon the blessing of ancestors. The ancestor of the Pelican clan died, and a dozen of the heavenly strong men of the Pelican clan yelled, directing the disciples to defend. With their cry, hundreds of thousands of pelicans are connected by blood, forming a huge border. At the same time, behind them, a virtual shadow tens of thousands of miles is formed. It was a huge pelican, with the breath of ancient and simple vicissitudes. With the appearance of the virtual image of the pelican, the blood and soul of hundreds of thousands of pelicans seemed to melt into one in an instant. Boom! The boundary summoned by the Pelican clan makes the void tremble. This defense, which is composed of hundreds of thousands of strong people, makes even the congenital god feel powerless. If you do it, it's a provocation to the whole demon family. At that time, the demon family will rise up and attack, and you will all die without a place to die. The old pelican yelled wildly. At this time, he was still deliberately inciting others. Yes? Then'll try. The fire lotus. With a sneer, Long Chin stops drinking. Suddenly, the white lotus in his hand suddenly presses down. The snow-white lotus, with holy radiance, drags out a long tail in the void and smashes into the boundary of the pelicans. At that moment, the whole world seems to be still. www.novelhold.com, the fastest update of the web novel. You're tuning in to the Passion Pages YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.